Originally formed by past members of Delta Force, the Global Threat Initiative is an elite team of international peacekeepers. We are presently stationed in Asara, where tech giant Havoc Group's use of AI-powered weapons has incited a vicious uprising from the local Asara Guard militia. As a member of GTI's crack team of operators, you will engage in multiple zones across Asara.
Get ready, soldier.
Your mission: secure intelligence and supplies, neutralize hostiles,
Let's go there.
and extract within the allotted time.
Pin me down.
Or as we say in the business, loot, shoot, and time to scoot.
Nice work. Get out now.
Each combat zone presents unique challenges with specific entry requirements.
Nothing complicated. Take this chance to familiarize yourself with tactics.
Choose your weapons, ammo, gear, and meds with careful consideration of the region. GTI offers an extensive armory with modification possibilities in the thousands. You will have full autonomy of your loadout. Operators are reminded to plan their loadouts carefully. Failure to extract or defeat by hostiles results in the loss of all carried gear and items.
Make sure the mission goes smoothly. We'll be following your progress.
The only exception is items in your safe box, which will be available on return to the Black Site. As you gain experience, you will be cleared for classified operations, which carry higher risks, but greater rewards. Once behind enemy lines, use your map to identify resources, missions, and extraction points. Plan your route efficiently. Every second counts. Search thoroughly for valuable loot, and prioritize retrieving Havoc's Mandelbricks for lucrative rewards. And remember, others' losses are your gains. Search hostiles after taking them down. When you're ready, plan a safe route to an extraction point to get back to base with your hard-earned loot. Extraction points vary. Some are always available, while others open randomly or have specific requirements.
The extra basket. Welcome back.
Back at the Black Site, you're free to do with your spoils as you see fit. You may choose to keep your loot for future operations. You may also decide to sell your loot in the auction house. Technic alloy you earn from these sales can be reinvested elsewhere. Finally, you can use your loot to upgrade the Black Site, enhancing your perks and abilities in the process, while also increasing the resources available to you. You are now briefed and ready for Delta Force operations. Prepare to deploy. Intelligence indicates that Havoc is amassing strength for a new conspiracy. Operators, we must eliminate their plot before it takes root.
Tango down!
Target down!
Requesting vehicle airdrop!
There's nowhere to retreat to. Do not let this sector fall.
I once dreamed we would bask in the light of Hawk's technology.
Hawk Corporation is set to showcase their latest research breakthrough.
It illuminated the future,
The Mandel Brick at the Queen Astra Hotel.
yet it kindled the flames of metals, flames, sacrifices, lamentations. The light of the future gradually dims. I cannot ignore all of this. I will act without hesitation.
Have you ever wondered, can damaged brain cells be healed? Can lost memories be recovered?
Operation Tower of Babel. Target, Alpha Relink. A classified prototype developed by Dr. Prometheus. If Relink goes public, the Alpha device could trigger an unprecedented crisis. Zoya, infiltrate the conference, approach your old acquaintance, and convince him to hand over the Alpha. If you can't persuade him,
Terminate him.
With Relink, the impossible becomes reality.
Target in sight.
evac point is clear. Wait for signal.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's raise our glasses to the future. This is the dawn of humanity's future. Now let's unveil it. Relink, neural machine.
Stick to the plan. Capture the doctor.
Thank you.
Bugs online.
You're here. I'm really glad to see you. Look, our Alpha has finally succeeded.
Maybe it's just your success.
Have you forgotten already? You're the one who got Alpha to the finish line.
Glow of quiet night we stand. The future we held like something real.
We can't take Havoc's money. They're nothing but trouble.
But they can help us achieve everything.
They will destroy everything.
You already agreed? Fine. Then, happy birthday.
I will save the world.
Is this how you plan to save the world?
Tell me where the Alpha is. Relink is out of control.
No, it's not. Alpha is in control of everything.
What did you do to the Alpha?
Human nature is uncontrollable. They need guidance.
Give me the Alpha! You are on the path to destruction!
No! It's you who refuses to walk into the future with me! I never thought I'd see you again. You haven't changed. That's good.
Go! Negotiations failed. Plan B. Terminate the doctor.
Copy that.
impossible becomes reality.
Delta Force Open Beta is here, folks, and this is the Warfare Streamer Showdown. I'm Goj, and I'm really excited to be back on the Delta Force broadcast. We are live all over the place. I'm really excited about this show. I'm sure everybody that's watching has been grinding or maybe is currently grinding the game and watching at the same time, so I hope you have a great time in your games. But first, I want to give you some info of what's happening today and a couple quick reminders before we get into this event and talk about all the amazing streamers competing today. So first and foremost, make sure you go download the game. The open beta is here. It's free. It's free to play right now. You can head over to the website playdeltaforce.com. You can head over to Steam or the Epic Game Store to download it. Free and committed to no pay to win. It's a ton of fun. Go get involved. All of those links are down below in the YouTube description, or our moderators can help you out on all of our other social platforms. Like I said, we are live all over the place. Literally, go follow Delta Force on all major socials. Live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and even Twitter. So make sure you drop a follow wherever you are watching me and this broadcast. And check out the official Delta Force subreddit and Discord. I told you, they've got everything. There's a ton of information out there about the game, and there's even better ways for you to get involved in maybe events like this down the road. So go join that Discord as well. Big Discord. I think there's like 500,000 people almost in there. Moderators can help you out, like-minded folks. Maybe you can find a group yourself to grind with. All right, so tons of socials, tons of things happening. Of course, it's the open beta. It's just launched. There's a ton happening. So I've got some other announcements though, and these are very fun because this is a big deal. Delta Force is coming to mobile soon, but the best news is that you can pre-register now starting today on the App Store, Google Play Store, and Google Play Games. I've been hearing from mobile creators all over the place that they are incredibly excited for this one. It's super smooth. So if you want to stay up to date on release times for your region, etc., make sure you pre-register now. Whatever device you use, you can play. So go pre-register now. And I think the question you're probably asking is, when does it launch? Well, if you haven't seen it, I think it just got announced yesterday. January 20th, 2025. Mobile is coming to the App Store, Google Play Store, and Google Play Games. Now, this is big. Google Play Games is supporting Delta Force directly on mobile, so make sure you pre-register for that launch on the 20th. You're not going to want to miss it. Google Play Games, brand new, very cool stuff. Make sure you have that cross progression you're looking for if you're on your computer, or maybe you're playing on your mobile device. So super fun stuff from the mobile side of things. I do have one more announcement before we get into this event, and I think everybody's excited about this one. Get ready, folks, to experience the timeless classic of the Mogadishu town, street battles, night ops, and crash sites. Black Hawk Down campaign is almost here. I know so many people are excited about this. Our creators are excited about this. Let's learn a bit more with this quick video. Oh, come on. If that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. January of next year, that's in a month. You're going to be seeing that campaign available to play. I'm so pumped about this, and I know a ton of people at home are as well. Super hype video. It is a classic recreation with this brand new cinematic and the brand new value that, of course, Delta Force can bring. Okay, so I've been talking to you a ton today, folks, and I have been for the last several weeks, all by myself or with the dev team. But today I get to bring in a very special friend of mine, another co-caster for our event today. Let's welcome back Tiff into the booth. Tiff, you had a chance to cast a bunch of Delta Force with us several weeks ago, a couple months ago actually at this point, for Warfare, and we're back together for the Warfare Streamer Showdown. How are you feeling today?
Look, I am so amped. I had a lot of fun witnessing our creators kind of just diving into the warfare mode, all of the chaos that came alongside it with them kind of diving in and figuring out which operators they enjoyed. And it's been really fun for me because it gives me a lot of tips and tricks that I want to go ahead and take into my gameplay since everything really just launched with the open beta. Look, I've been lurking in Twitch channels all morning and I'm sick of watching. I want to play, but we got to get through this one first.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And again, I think there's probably some people at home that are playing and watching this at the same time. But we've had a lot of updates. It's now time to talk about the format for today because yes, it is a tournament format. We've got streamers all over the place, so I'm going to break this down for you. We are playing 3 games of our Warfare mode. It is Warfare Streamer Showdown after all, so we got a bunch of streamers all coming together to compete against each other. Yes, 32 versus 32. You know Warfare, you're going to love this. First game, we're going to be playing on Threshold, brand new map. Super cool map, might I add. I got a little sneak peek of it, and this is gonna be fun. During this map, we're gonna be tracking score and kills and all of that good stuff. But then in this map in particular, we're also gonna be tracking the individual top slayer, the player with the most kills throughout the course of that first game. In game 2, we're going to be playing on Shafted, and we're going to be playing this new map, having fun with this one as well. But this time, we're going to be tracking what we're looking for is an individual with the most rescues or revives, all right? So in game 2, I think you're going to be seeing a lot more support operators. Then in game 3, we're going to be playing the brand new map, Trench Lines, and this might be my favorite map in the game right now. I'm pumped about it. But you might be asking, well, what are we tracking? What's the actual tournament format? And it's like, yes, we're tracking some of those rewards, but also most valuable squad. Scores add up between all 3 of these maps, and once you add in all those scores together, that would be your top squad, and that's how you earn the most valuable squad prizing that's on the right hand side of the screen. The cool part about this, you can see that text down below, is that if your side wins, you also get a 20% increase to your score. So there's a ton of ways to kind of earn that score, but basically get the best score and win. You're going to have the maximum amount of score that you can get in game so that you can put that on your leaderboard and potentially walk away with 4 RTX 4080s. Unreal reward for the most valuable squad on the right hand side. On the left hand side, the top squad in each game will also receive the reward of the Viper V3 Hyperspeed and the Kraken V4. So there's a ton of rewards here, and also those other rewards, the Top Slayer Guardian Angel, they also get those individual rewards of the headset and the mouse. So Tiff, what do you think about all this? Hopefully that all made sense. I'd be happy to continue to help chat if they have questions. Tons of rewards, tons of things that people need to be paying attention to. But the big thing here, Tiff, is that they've got to maximize their score in game, which means, aka, play good, be good.
Am I allowed to be jealous? Like, I just want to sit here. Am I allowed to be jealous? Because those are some of the sickest prizes that I've seen. I'm talking, we're like getting 4080s. Like, you know how competitive our creators and streamers and everyone can get when it comes to this. And especially since we haven't even shown the squads yet, we know how storied a lot of our streamers that are going to be putting these teams together, whether or not they're playing with the community or they brought in people. This is one to watch because I was doing some research and people were touting, I'm talking like north of 200 kills in a Warfare game. And I was like,
oh my God.
Oh, they're coming out for the top slayer. That is for sure. They got to keep an eye on them for game 1.
I really pumped that. Let's talk about some of those teams and who's going to be playing today. We've got some captains on some teams. You're going to recognize a lot of these names. Tins Kaide playing together with some teammates. Cream the Rabbit, Landmark, Nade Shot, Zuma, Stone Mountain Scump, and a whole lot more. This is so sick to have all these big streamers coming together and some of our community streamers coming together to all compete against each other. Total of 16 squads, aka teams of 4, so you can do the math there. 32 v 32. We got a full lobby. I'm pumped about it. And let's take a look at a couple of our featured team rosters here, Tiff, and talk to me about what you're seeing.
Yeah, immediately you've got that TenZ Kaede roster, because not only are they bringing in other pro Valorant players, but that Kay Wayland, they are a Delta Force menace. So I think this was strictly brought together as a team for them to find success here today. But you also know that's going to be one of the squads that you have a lot of fun watching. Specifically, I'm excited to see what Kaede does, but then you kind of keep on bouncing over. We know Landmark is really well known for all the different kind of iterations of shooters. So I'd imagine that the team they bring in here today is going to do exactly that as well, which you can also say is going to be really scary, because Stone Mountain, we all know, huge, right? But when they can just adapt to all the different shooters and come together and see how many people have been grinding, which also makes me really nervous for the people that aren't on this list. I think the community teams are really going to surprise us.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I've been talking with Stone Mountain and Landmark a ton for these events. We actually had them on for some of our interviews with the dev teams as well. They've grinded this game when it was available. Anytime it was available, both those guys were playing. Stone Mountain 64 in particular, I know, has played quite a bit of the Warfare mode and is known for some of his Commander Stone content. So I'm pumped to see if that team kind of falls in line with Stone Mountain leading the squad. And then, of course, you can't talk about shooters without talking about Scump, Nade Shot, Zuma. You got a seam on Zuma and Nade Shot's team. What are we talking about? These are some of the best Call of Duty players ever, all coming together on Delta Force to showcase their skills and their shooting skills. This is going to be a blast, Tiff.
I'm excited. Look, you've also got Cream the Rabbit, VTuber, Variety Gamer, and I love when people just come back into this foray of this, because it's one of those games where I think it is easy to get into, but incredibly hard to master. So to see that, because it's not like it's a skill gap, right? Because it's very easy entry, but it's like if you want to get really, really good at this, the micro minutiae of the maps and just kind of learning the ways, especially in the Warfare mode, you never know what we're going to get today. I know a lot of fun though, but a lot of as well.
I think it's going to be really good competition. Like, we're here for a good time. We're here to showcase what Warfare has to offer with our brand new 3 maps. But I think the competition today might be one of the craziest parts of it. We've got crazy teams. We've got X Games gold medal winners. I mean, this is going to be nuts. And then, of course, our community streamers have all been grinding like crazy. Now, these 3 maps are brand new. So anybody that has an advantage in knowing these maps would have been playing them basically since the game dropped, which has been like, I don't know, not even like 12 hours at this point. So, you know, you can grind as much as you want, but there's really no clear advantage. Let's see who can kind of figure out these maps fastest and then really showcase what they have on main stage. But folks, we've got a lot of prizes. The format's awesome. I love that. And we love rewarding our players for being here. But have I not been a man of the people every single one of these broadcasts? We've got Twitch drops, man. I'm so pumped about these. I love exclusive rewards for open beta launch for this stream in particular today. They're all playing for cool prizes. You get to earn some as well. We got avatars, paints, we got weapon skins, vehicle skins, calling cards. You can earn those all today with Twitch drops. Just make sure your account is linked and you can start earning as soon as 15 minutes after watching. All right, so get involved. You can watch here, of course, and if you come in late or maybe you're watching here and you don't quite finish, you also probably have those drops enabled on some of our creator streams. So make sure you pop over there to finish off all of your rewards. These are exclusive to this early launch of this open beta, so you're not going to want to miss getting these rewards so that you can showcase them maybe in years to come and say, I was there when blank won that Warfare streamer tournament. We'll see who that ends up being, but fun stuff here, Tiff. We got rewards, we've got crazy cool maps, and we've got open beta and even Twitch drops. How you feeling now that we've broken everything down? How you feeling about our format? Anything you're looking out for?
No, I just honestly want someone to completely surprise me. And I think that's, yes, we've got some heavy hitting creators, but I really do believe that some of those community streamers are going to come out swinging. Like, I'm talking the people that are just now looking to lock into Delta Force, make a name for themselves, continuously put out Delta Force content, because those are the ones that really do make a big difference. And you were talking kind of at the start of the show here about all the Delta Force subreddits, the Discord communities, and those are some of the most helpful people that I've seen in general in terms of kind of those nuances that I mentioned that can really help make a huge difference in your gameplay. And I said earlier that someone in particular had dropped over 200 kills in the Warfare mode. These are the kind of people we have that have been like grinding. You're like, oh, no one's gonna know the new maps. Sure. People have been playing since the hour it dropped. I'm talking, they have been putting in those hours. They're going to come out and they're going to make a name for themselves, for sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think some people are going to shock the world with how good they are at Warfare game mode, and some of our creators are going to really showcase their stuff. And that's part of this too. You know, we've done so many dev panels, we've done so many conversations with Delta Force, and one thing they've always made certain is that they want to support the streamers and content creators around their game as well. I think there's a whole $1 million creator fund that's kind of going into this game to support all of the creators out there. I've seen a ton of info, by the way, in Discord about this. If you're not in Discord already, you absolutely need to. It's a great shout from Tiff. We've got people in chat talking about it. Discord is everything with Delta Force. They've got so much info in there about how to get involved, especially with these creator funds. You got to go get involved. We've got different competitions happening, obviously show matches like this, big tournaments, but also just creator competitions between creators about posting types of videos. It's wild to see all of the info on it, so definitely go check that out if you're a creator. And if you're not a creator, maybe think about making content around this game. It's dang fun, and there's a lot in this game, from the campaign that's coming in January, obviously Warfare today, and then we've got Operation Showcase in a couple days as well, if you're a big fan of Extraction. So really cool stuff. Now Tiff, as I'm getting ready for this, I would love to pull that format graphic back up so we can talk a little bit more in detail about what people are going to be seeing. This is a fun format for many reasons. Obviously, we get to showcase the 3 maps. We've got different ways you can earn prizes, whether it's being a top individual in certain categories or being a top squad where your entire squad can earn some things. But also, since we're going for a score here, worth noting, we got some cool stuff. This is custom rooms. We have an exclusive ability here on our Delta Force Game official Twitch channel and all of our other broadcasts to showcase the custom rooms of Warfare. I am so excited about this, and we've even got an in-game, spectator client. This is brand new for Delta Force that we get to showcase on main stage. So we're going to be putting all of these creators in a custom room to go against each other. We're not playing in the public lobbies, which is going to be a blast on Threshold, Shafted, Trench Lines, and of course, all of those teams trying to earn points for that most valuable squad.
Look, that makes me super excited, because now that you're touting kind of the free cam side of things, if we get to really zoom out and just get a lay of the land of where our creators are positioning themselves and how they're trying to advance forward or maybe defend, it just really gives us kind of that full setup and that immersive experience that I'm very excited, because it just goes so hand in hand with what Delta Force is all about.
Well, maybe people at home, you're an operations player and you haven't dabbled into Warfare. I've got a quick video for you where you get to learn a little bit more about Warfare and what it has to offer.
Intelligence indicates that Havoc is amassing strength for a new conspiracy. Operators, we must eliminate their plot before it takes root.
Tango down!
Bring it down!
Requesting vehicle airdrop!
There's nowhere to retreat to. Do not let this sector fall.
If that doesn't get you hyped for Warfare, I don't know what will. Tiff, I'm pumped about this event. We're getting all of our players into the lobby as fast as possible so we can showcase those custom rooms. And I think the big thing that we can talk about now is specifically what we're going to expect in map 1. So when we're thinking about that format, we're thinking about the individual prize of top slayer, but also just people going for score. This is really the litmus test. This is like the test of how fast is this lobby going to go and who's going to be playing for that top individual slayer and which squad may be playing for the top squad of the first game.
Yeah, so as soon as I kind of step back and really start to think about it, just based on everything that we've witnessed throughout the past in the Warfare mode, just remember how much of our players used those assault operators, specifically D-Wolf, because if you remember correctly, like just about 2 months ago, it was Nicewig just running around with a triple blaster, just screaming his head off, racking up so many kills, and I think a lot of that could come into play today. Now, you do know that later on, you'll see where that support operator will be more valuable, but I think this is going to be all about getting information and just putting out damage.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the operator question is a big one. You know, there's tons of different operators to choose from, each with their unique ability set, weapon sets, and everything that they're afforded, whether it's a support, character where you basically get to use the operator, throw tons of smokes out, revive, rescue your teammates quickly. I think we're going to see a lot of those in the second game. In the first game, I totally agree. I think we're going to see a lot of assault operators. And if it's D-Wolf, if it's Viren, if you've got him already, I think those are the big ones. You're going to be watching a lot of these players full send in order to grab as many kills as possible. So this is going to be fun to watch. And I think when we talk about the players that are in this one as well, I think some of our Delta Force grinders are going to come out on top in the top slayer category. They know how to set up angles well. But we were doing a lot of playing as well. And what I understand is this: people that win Warfare are the people that understand how to use the vehicles, Tiff. So let's talk a little bit about vehicle gameplay. I mean, obviously, helicopters fantastic, tanks go crazy, but one of my favorite parts about the vehicle gameplay is that each of the vehicles you pick also have unique loadouts associated to them. So in those vehicle menus, especially as you level up, got to make sure you level up. I know the game just launched, but you got to level up to get all of these features. You can specifically build some of your vehicles to be anti-infantry, anti-vehicle. So some of those plays I think are going to come into really be a boon for your team to have success and win, frankly, the side as well. Like, you've got to win as a 32 to get that extra score bonus.
That's true. And if you don't bring out those vehicles, or especially if they do get brought out, let's say an entire other team is just like, we just have all of the vehicles, you have to make sure that you're grabbing the operator that is going to be able to combat those vehicles, because we don't see them dealt with quick enough at times, and I think that can really deter away from your entire mid-game scenario. So have someone that is like, okay, I know that I need to lock in my different operators, or I'm more comfortable playing assault, but then I feel like you still do need a support operator on your team to kind of help you get those kills. So it's almost like you have to work together to survive. So does that mean like only one player may potentially be going for the top slayer in game number 1 from the team? Maybe, but definitely worth it.
Yeah, no, absolutely worth it. Tons of rewards, tons of way to get those rewards. But the very first game, top slayer, and then we're going for top score to be the top squad on the winning side. And of course, you're all thinking about the entire time the cumulative points. This is how you get the 40-80. This is big. So while we're waiting on these players to get into the lobby, we are very close, by the way. I believe we're going to be jumping into game very soon. I want to show you a little bit of some hype around the third map we're going to be playing today, Trench Lines. Let's take a look. I'm telling you, trench lines, it's gotta be my favorite map. I'm so pumped about it and excited that it's in the game. If you haven't tried it yet, you absolutely should. You're gonna be seeing it here on main stage in not too long from now. Game 3 of the day will be our trench lines map. But the first game is right around the corner. I believe we're about to start this thing up. It's time to get into it very shortly, and I'm sure our creators are itching to hop into the battlefield and show what they have in store for us. And Tiff, I hate to do predictions this early, but I have to. Is there a specific squad you think, maybe from our featured creators that we showed, those rosters, was there one of those rosters that you think might be one of the strongest teams today, or maybe just the strongest team in game 1?
That is so difficult. Like, I told you, like, I have an issue with just picking where I want to eat in life and just making simple decisions. So for you to throw me like some of the most massive creators and like storied players in general and tell me to pick,
I know,
Doge,
it's
like,
hard.
what are you trying to do to me? Okay, so like I'm mentally thinking about what our list looked like, and am I a shill if I say TenZ Kaede? Like,
no.
Honestly, because I know, like, when I'm like literally researching people and going through things, and I put Delta Force Menace next to someone's name, you know something crazy is going to come out of that roster. So I'm excited to see them work together. You know they've got the chemistry on lock. So I'm going that route.
Yeah, if we've got a moment here, let's pull back up those rosters and talk about them for a second, because I think you're right. They did pull in a heavy hitter from the Delta Force community. Here's a quick look at those rosters. It's Kai Wayland, right? Down at the bottom. One of the Delta Force grinders, you said touted 200 kills in a game.
Not
is that right?
the same person. Not the same person.
Else?
But no, like I'm telling you, we have some crazy players. We have people that are touting themselves to be a top 10 Delta Force player in the world. We have multifaceted FPS shooter champs across the, like, you see that obviously.
Yeah.
I'm saying we got some major multi-shooter phenoms here, but
yeah, I like that.
Not the same person. That one's gonna be over on One Shot Rich's team from the community.
Okay, so we got One Shot Rich with the community, maybe one of our top players, and then Kai. I think Kai was the one that said he was a top 10 Delta Force player. So obviously a heavy hitter for the TenZ Kaede squad, which I'm pumped about. I think I gotta go with my guy Landmark, man. Tony's different. He's just good at this game. Period. End of sentence. And I can only imagine the people that he brought in to play with him are just as good. So I don't know. I'm thinking Landmark in my mind takes map 1, and I don't know if he will, but I really truthfully believe he'll be one of the top teams today. And then if we take a look at our overall teams list as well, here's a quick look at some of those squads. Again, this is just showcasing one of those players. I'm also looking at some of my PUBG mobile or PUBG players. Actually, we got some. Again, we've got people from all of the different titles out there, all playing Delta Force on launch, which is so dang cool. So we've got some really cool names on this list. And you were talking about One Shot Rich's squad down there, squad number 7, as maybe a team to watch out for as well. I'm seeing from chat, Focus was the one that had over 200 kills in game already.
Yep,
so
that is it.
Yeah.
100% it. Member of Team EXE over I think it was like 238 kills. And I was like watching the footage from it. I was like, oh my God. We're in for a treat.
This is sick. So I think we're going to be seeing some new faces, whether you're a Delta Force fan or just becoming one. I think you're going to become a fan of some of the players on our list as well. I also know Enders is playing today. Shout out to my guy Enders. Had a chance to talk to him during some of our dev panels. I know he's really strong. So I think that squad in particular, I think you're right, is going to be really, really good. So fun stuff here in store for us. And again, we're about to start this lobby, just making sure all of our players get into the lobby so we can get started, get everybody going, and see what's going to happen on the map. But yeah, I think while we have a moment here as we get the game going, one of my favorite things to talk about with Delta Force is all of the content that they are bringing us. If you haven't been paying attention to all the dev panels that we've been doing the last several weeks in preparation for this open beta, you got to go back and watch those VODs. I know they're here on Twitch in the VOD panel, but also on YouTube. We were live all over the place with our devs. One of my favorite parts about our dev team is that they are so willing to listen to the community. So I saw some people early in chat saying, hey, I want this in the game, I want that in the game, or I want this different. You can always go suggest those things. We had our devs on here and they said every single time, if the community wants something, we are going to listen. All you have to do is make your voice heard on socials. So in particular, I would love for you to go to the Discord, head over to the socials panel. If you're on YouTube, down the description, you're going to get all that info of where to find everything. go hop into that Discord, pay attention to Discord, and get your voice heard. Tell us what you want in Delta Force. They are always listening. I'm pumped about that as well. I think that's definitely a unique thing about Delta Force that we've been seeing the last several weeks is they love to listen to their community. And of course, the things that we all love, like working anti-cheats, we're focusing on community, but also no pay to win. I mean, this is all great promises, and we're excited to see it all in action here at the open beta, which is, again, been out for like 18 hours or something like that. So we've got some grinders playing today. I'm sure there's folks grinding at home as well. And hey, who knows, maybe you'll make a name for yourself in Delta Force. But Tiff, with our quick reminders behind us, we've talked a lot. We've talked about formats. We've talked about players. We've talked about teams. And I think the big thing to highlight now, you had mentioned operators. And this is also a fun topic because our grinders, as it were, those that have been playing quite a bit, will probably have some of the operators that you have to unlock, like Byron, etc., in the game that they can use. But I think you're right. Let's talk a little bit more specifically about D-Wolf, who I think we're going to be seeing a lot of folks play. Delta Force actually put out a social post just a little while ago about D-Wolf, breaking him down. But also, let's just talk about his kit. Tactical gear. We got gadgets, smoke, triple blaster, slide. This is the name of the game if you're trying to play an assault character. D-Wolf has got everything in his kit to set yourself up well to slay out.
Yeah, everything that we've kind of witnessed when we're just like duking it out is this is like the operator that everyone just kind of locks into right off the rip. You mentioned it, you've got that tactical slide that keeps that movement going on, especially when you equip that motorized exoskeleton, and it will recover that HP and stamina like when you knock down enemies. And if you're going for that top slayer in map number 1, well, then this goes hand in hand with everything that you're trying to acquire. And I already talked a bit about that triple blaster earlier on, and I feel like people need to have a war cry when they're running into a room with a triple blaster because I feel like it really goes hand in hand. But if you are going for the top slayer, this is kind of the assault operator that I would immediately lock into. And we talked a lot about those smokes in particular and how they can cut off lines of sights and be super valuable while you're trying to advance forward or trying to deny people from kind of getting onto your space. I do think this is the right call. I really do. D-Wolf is the way.
D-Wolf is the way. I've got to give some cred, though, to Stinger, support character. This is my go-to. The therapeutic gun, the therapeutic pistol is like one of the best adds I've ever seen in a video game. It is so dang cool that you can not only heal yourself, but you can also shoot your teammates to heal them on the map. It's actually quite valuable as well for the battlefield mode because the smoke screen gadget is unreal. You can actually direct it with your mouse as you throw it, and so it shoots this drone out that drops smoke walls. You've all seen this. Extremely valuable for our warfare mode. Everybody knows it. So I assume we're going to be seeing some of those as well to help out on our teams. But if you're going for top slayer, likely looking at D-Wolf or maybe Byron if you've got them unlocked. But some new operators as well. If you played the end of the alpha, we had Uluru added, one of our engineers, and then also just recently Zoya being added, I believe, into the game, which is fun as well. So tons of operators to choose from. It's just about what you have unlocked and what you want to do. And I think we could also bring attention to weapons, Tiff, and generally what types of weapons, not necessarily individual, but types. I think some that are going for maybe a more of a support role are going to be sniping. These maps are big, there's long sight lines, and I know people love sniping in this game.
Yeah, it really just depends on what you feel comfortable with, because I think you're right. Those vantage points that people oftentimes like to hold and just kind of anchor themselves back and focus on those kills for top slayer. It's that like SV98 mode. Now, I'm more of a fan of assault rifles, like through and through. That's where I'm going to be. I prefer like the closer to mid-range engagements. So I would be someone that locks in that D-Wolf assault operator and just kind of keep going forward. But I think for the majority of our players, once they kind of get comfortable, like you said, with those snipers, but the question is, have they been sniping? Do they have enough time to be comfortable with it? Because if you're already competing for top slayer right off the rip in the first game of the day, do you really want to leave it to chance, or do you just want to go fly and fry?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great shot. Again, I'm a big fan of sniping in the Warfare game mode, and I think it's super valuable for a team. getting Top Slayer as a sniper is going to be quite difficult, but especially if you're playing somebody like Luna, where you've got the tactical respawn beacon, I mean, that's just a huge boon so that you can get your teammates exactly where you want them to go. But then also, I saw somebody in chat say it, we had mentioned vehicles. Vehicles are going to be everything when it comes to warfare. And in particular, there's also our backup systems, our support systems that you can get. You earn the ability to bring in vehicles outside of their traditional spawn rate in the back of their spawn. So this is also something that people are going to be utilizing a ton in this first couple games, especially the good players, people that are going to really showcase their skills. They're going to be dropping these vehicles very quickly, Tiff, and I think that will absolutely change the game. So folks at home, I thank you for staying patient. We're getting all the players into the game. We're trying to start as fast as possible. We're getting our players in, and once they're in, we'll boot up this first lobby and we'll get straight into it. But next topic of conversation before we go any further, Tiff, we've talked vehicles, we've talked weapons, we've talked operators. Talk to me about some strategies here, okay? This is warfare, right? We've got respawn. You know, you can die. It's okay if you do, but just generally warfare and the way it works with the ticket system and attacking and capturing the points is obviously the objective and is going to be the #1 thing players do need to focus on outside of just slaying if you're on the attacking side.
Yeah, so a big issue that I've noticed when we kind of see some people jump into the creator side and like kind of these competitions is that they burn through those tickets incredibly quickly because they're not getting rezzed. Because most people are going to be focusing on getting those kills and working towards Top Slayer, but you have to work as a team. So it's like you do have to delineate someone to be Stinger, to be able to kind of help your team stay on their feet so you don't burn through those, but you also want to keep that assault heavy going forward. So I think finding a nice balance within your squad and kind of discussing that ahead of time, right? Especially going in, be like, hey, who do you feel comfortable playing? Like, are you going to be okay kind of taking a step back and maybe focusing on hitting the res as opposed to fighting forward? And I think that's going to be an interesting balance, especially if you really want Top Slayer.
Yeah, totally agree. I'm an OBJ fiend, but oftentimes that comes at the sacrifice of getting kills. So how much do you want the reward, or how much are you playing for the end game reward? As a reminder, we're playing for our top squads each game, but also our most valuable squad at the end of all three with all of your scores combined. Here's all that prizing one more time before we get into this game. Most valuable squad, we've got 4 RTX 4080s going to the top squad of the day between the 3 games combined, all of their scores combined. And if you're the top team, you get this. The other big boon, what we mentioned, is that you get a 20% bonus to your score in each game that you are on the winning side. So I love that we get to break this down. I love that we've got those 4080s, but then we also have the Viper V3 hyperspeeds and the Kraken V4 headsets to give away to the top teams each day. And of course, the Top Slayer Guardian Angel. So tons of prizes across the board. The other cool thing about these prizes is that the creators have been told essentially, hey, if you don't want or need these because you've already got, you know, everything, you know, they're going to do giveaways to their community, which is huge. And this is a big boon for our creators to be able to engage with their communities. So make sure you pay attention to who wins and what they do with our rewards. Now, again, I'm really pumped about our rewards. I'm really pumped about our games. And I think we are just waiting on one more player to join into the lobby, and then we're going to get going. Look, folks at home, thank you for being here. I believe we're going to take a very short break before we hop into this game, as we are just making sure our players are good to go. So during that break, one thing I need you to do is lock in, all right? I need you to get some water. I need you to get, forehead to monitor and pay attention to our creators and cheer them on. They're live all over the place. And so tune into our creator streams to see their perspectives. During our broadcast, we're going to have a chance to showcase not only our spectator system, but also the streamer's POV. So we're going to be hopping around, having a great time. But, oh, I am getting word that I think we are going to be starting the game. No break. Guess what? I'm a man of the people. We're bringing you the game right now. So here we go. We're going to be hopping into game instead of taking a break. I will show that as soon as possible. It is right here, folks. Thanks for staying patient. We're always here for a good time. We're also going to be here for a long time, which is the best part of these broadcasts. Tiff, as we go into the game, any words of wisdom for the people at home? Any creators that we're going to be cheering on? I guess it's Tin's team. I think we have favorites in broadcast today.
No. I don't know if I'm like essentially picking favorites. I was just going for the Delta Force maniacs out there because I'm like, these are the people that are going to bring us all of the skills that could hopefully take a leadership role on their team. And especially if you already have a ton of experience in the shooter realm, that you should be able to adapt and pick it up quite quickly. Now, I also want to say get locked because we didn't get that break, right? So you still have to get locked within the next 10 seconds before we drop into game one. If you are in chat and you have favorite creators that are competing today, make sure that you go and cheer them on and get everyone knowing, because yes, I'm looking at that 10s roster, but I'm also looking at One Shot Rich's team because you kind of called attention towards it earlier. I think that they are going to be I don't know how to say it other than like, they're not a dark horse. They're not underdogs. They're coming swinging though, that's for sure.
That's exactly right. I think that's the best part about this broadcast is we have all of our amazing creators, community creators, all of these massive creators you've been watching for a long time. We get to see them all compete against each other in custom. So we're going to be hopping into the game. I believe I'm getting word 60 seconds away, folks. We are there. Game one is about to be here. Again, quick reminders as we hop in. We're going for top individual Slayer, but also looking for top squad score on the winning team. So that in-game leaderboard, you've all seen it if you played Warfare. It's going to show all of our individual players. We're going to then take all of that and sort it via squads so you can see who the best squad of this first game would be, and that's who's getting the rewards. So thank you for being patient. Game one is here. Customs. We're playing with our spectator, with these creators. It's going to be a dang good time, and we're going to play back-to-back games, 3 in a row. So the Apathon, don't worry, it's almost over. It's game time, baby. Let's hop into our very first game of the day, Tiff.
Oh wait, we don't have Asen, bro.
Oh no. All I know is if we're gonna cut straight to Scump and they're already in a battle cry kind of vibe, we are in for a good time.
Welcome to Warfare. It's always a good time around here, but it's also a ton of chaos. That's the name of the game. We're going to be pushing for point A, and we're going to be starting out here with Scump. We're going to be doing some listen-ins here with some of the creator streams. So I would love, right at the start, if possible, we're just going to listen into Scump's stream for a little bit and see what the mentality is as they're pushing for the very first point of the very first map.
I just popped one headshot, quick scope.
I'm down!
Tom.
What the hell? I'm in a helicopter.
Somebody help!
Save me! Nate Shot! I see you, Nate Shot! Help me, Nate Shot!
No, I need help.
I need help too, Nate Shot. Yeah, you're getting res. Yo, res me.
Oh, wait, no, I'm putting the sniper away, bro. I need an automatic
I
rifle.
insta-died again, bro.
Nah, we're cooked. I say we give up. We pull out a new gun.
I insta-died.
Nah, we're good. A new gun.
That one.
You're going off, Tom?
All right, talk about a good time. Talk about a good start. This is exactly what I thought was gonna happen. A couple people are like, I love sniping. I'm gonna pull out a sniper. They're gonna get into their first encounter and be like, whoa, I gotta swap it up. It sounds like Scump is in a call there with Nade's shot, and Nade's like, no, I need an AR. I need to get mixy.
I'm pushing the right.
Yeah, that is 100% a good way to throw it down, because as soon as they run up, we hear the utter confusion of how people have already found themselves in helicopters. They can't even peek angles. We're getting insta-killed, and it's mostly just like, res me, please res me. So maybe, Stinger gonna come into clutch here a lot more, because I didn't notice a single D-Wolf on that roster. We are all focused on healing, smokes, and chaos.
Look at that beautiful spectator cam. That was such a good setup by the defense as well to play all of the angles. But as we swap over to Landmark, as expected, Landmark knows what he needs to do to succeed, especially on defense. Grab me a vehicle and absolutely rain terror upon my enemies. It looks like somebody, and I think somebody's figured out the helicopter controls. Landmark goes crazy.
I'm sorry, but that looks like an actual movie, and to be expected. I think you had some really good callouts to this squad in particular, because it is going to be the vehicles that do hold this steady, which is exactly why you're not going to have certain players being able to breach the next area. So we're just locked down and having a good time.
Attacking objective Alpha.
They're gonna be in some trouble here.
Yeah, I think Tony's locked. Landmark is he was saying they're gonna be in trouble. Absolutely, gonna be in trouble. Now I know chat's already noticing this. I think the other team's going to figure out what they need to do to take down Landmark. The quick and dirty of it is very simple. You got to swap through the engineer. You've got to pull out some C4 or rockets to take him down as fast as possible. That's part of the nature of the game here with Warfare, is that you've got to be willing to swap operators in order to take down, you know, big value targets, especially somebody like Landmark who's in a vehicle.
Attack!
Yeah, I'm all right. We're all here on the right side, all of us. We're gonna get our get back.
He's at the top, like subway.
Oh, I need to spawn here. I need to spawn here, bro. Oh, I'm inside of it. How do I get out?
There's too many smokes. I can't lay down suppressive fire.
Behind these guys! Help! Help!
Now, Goj, when I'm listening to this, I just want to go ahead and note something. The comms are a little frantic, right? But they are kind of figuring it out. We're looking for that suppressive fire. Nadeshot in here with the sniper trying to take angles. And something that we mentioned at the top of the show was how important those smokes were going to be. And we are clearly witnessing why.
Look at that spectator view. Do you see the take? That was Landmark swinging around the backside, taking a massive flank to take everybody out. I'm going to be honest. First game of the day. First of all, this map, a ton of fun. Like I was saying before at the top of the show with Threshold, there's some kind of interior, you know, buildings you've got to take over. But this very first point is actually quite difficult to take down if you're the attack. And you've got to break through that first line of defense. So one, obviously pay attention to vehicles. But the first line of defense is going to be that first wall of that sort of U-shaped building. If you can push through that and then set up smokes and respawn beacons to keep your masses up, that's going to be the name of the game in order to actually break this point. Right now, the defense is holding this with ease to start things off. And finally, our attackers are gaining a bit of ground. This is a little bit more of what I was expecting.
Oh, they are, and they are completely everywhere. The way this is kind of just laying the set of everything. You check in with Cream the Rabbit here, and a lot of people have elected to kind of either A, play all Stinger operators, or B, kind of do a mix. And this is where we're seeing that 50-50 split, and I actually really like what they're doing here.
Don't die! You're too cool! I can't let you die. You are my friend now.
Well, Tiff, I think I know who's going to be front runner for maybe Guardian Angel in the second game, going for revives. Cream the Rabbit playing hyper support here, and frankly, super valuable too, by the way. This is a big move in order to preserve tickets. In the top of your screen, you can see the number of tickets that people have if you're on the attack. On the defense, though, it's just about keeping up numbers in order to, ward off the attackers, which is the biggest deal. So if they are not having to respawn and are still holding the right angles, it's going to be really difficult for the attackers to bully through this amount of people.
Keep me resin. Keep me resin. Come on! Frag should get one.
Oh, this is such a fickle place to be stuck in, right? Stone Mountain still looking to try angles and trying to carve out through this.
Okay, now we know the layout of the building. This is my first time playing this one as well. No, my spawner's dead. Okay, let's get on pizza. We'll put a new spawner back here.
Yeah, see, this is why playing Luna is so valuable. You can put that respawn beacon down to allow your players to respawn closer to the point. Again, just trying to keep numbers up. But here we go. The attacker's down to now under 200. This is going to be difficult. But all they need is one breakthrough, and then all of a sudden this point is blown wide open.
I mean, if they're down to just under 200 tickets, it's incredibly close on either side. But for him to try and navigate this, at least he's working on kind of controlling and like talking to the team about where we want to go through, but using kind of that area to highlight the enemies and take angles, especially through the smoke, it is imperative.
Yeah, look, smoke is definitely a part of this first point. It's going to be super valuable for both sides, but definitely for the side of somebody running Luna, you want to use that recon arrow in order to gain some value through the smoke. Should be able to pick up several, but we need some explosives. We need some AoE in some of these fights. Look how many players are holding the line on the left side of this building.
Oh, there we go. Oh my god. What's that?
Regroup and take it down.
To our car. Let's try this. Actually, I think do we have...
Stan, you're very mad at me. Please stop.
Finally, somebody's shooting back, Tiff. We've got Landmark finally getting shot at, having to back up, was running an anti-infantry vehicle, and now somebody with an anti-vehicle round is trying to take down Landmark. Luckily, you do have some regen on it. You can see that kind of wrench icon down there with 10 seconds. It has a respawn on it, and that is how you heal yourself back up as you take damage. But unfortunately, he's getting pushed. I don't know if this is going to work out well for him. He tries to bail and finally gets cut down.
Yeah, nobody's killing him, man.
It's fine. If nobody's killing that person, at least Landmark's like, look, this is a problem and we're going to need to deal with it. But once again, kind of just filtering through our POVs for our streamers. And honestly, I'm curious if they figured some things out over here on this side.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they have. They've broken through a bit. Scump needs to get into this point as fast as possible. Problem is there's just so many people here. Scump's got a nice flank though and picks up a couple. Problem is there's another angle to his right.
Our team is getting slammed.
Make sure it's a line of.
I love Scump's reactions.
Come on, get out of combat, baby. Naya, one of our teammates put like a.
You pick me up, flowers.
A godlike like.
Under the subway, under the subway.
Wait, we're on A, we're on A.
Hey, we need people playing point. No one's playing the
I'm
point.
hitting the route again.
We gotta
Go
take
around.
points, guys.
Tommy, I'm coming with you, Tom.
No.
Go around left. This works, man. I got
This route kind of, the route is tough though because they got such long lines of sight.
See, that's another thing. You hear Nade Shot in the background talking about those lines of sight, and he was the one that was kind of throwing down the sniper, trying to take those angles. But Scump, we just need maybe some of those OBJ players that you've been hearing about. Get on the point, get aggressive, but finally on the road line. For Went, the sniper here, SMG in hand and looking to get Mixie.
He's got to. Picking up a couple, finally.
I'm hitting.
A big flank, a big motion. Unfortunately, SMG a little bit long range for him. He's looking a bit weak. Needs some help. Oh, he's pulled out a grenade launcher. We can take it down by the car 15. Brutal, Nate, brutal.
By the court.
Allied troops neutralizing objective Alpha.
I want one of these
spawn beacons, bro.
They're on me. I'm in front of me.
Keep them out.
Same spot. Same spot, Tommy. He's rezzing. Same spot. He rezzed him.
Ooh. Okay, this is a good way to do it. Look, we're just going to make sure that we've got cover and just keep picking people off. And I like what Zuma's doing here, especially if you are going to be running Stinger and you want to be on that support. But that, we cannot miss like that. Just maybe a couple more bullets and we win that fight.
I'm insane. I'm insane.
Yeah, it's brutal. And again, I think this is where, for the attackers, more Luna operators could have come in handy. It does look like they're going to capture A. Job's not done. Gentlemen, we're still in it.
I'm sorry, bro.
Zuma coming out on top, picking up the cap. We've got brand new tickets back into our... We don't have a lot of tickets, but we've got some more as we move into the next round. And you can see all of these defense players having to back up and retreat to the new point. We're going to pick up a ton of eliminations here. I don't think it'll really matter all that much, but it does set you up well for the next one if you can kill a couple and then move on to the next one.
Res B! Set the behind you, Sally!
I got
it! Slowly!
Tom, I don't know what's going on, brother.
Oh my god! I'm out of here. I'm running out of here. I'm scared.
This damn tank.
Hold on, we're pushing. Storm the loud.
Can't see a thing.
Yalla!
There's that crazy smoke screen I was talking about. He's throwing out I don't know if he knew he was doing it correctly, but it's actually a decent line so they could run to the left of that screen and move up towards the point. If they get held here, they're going to be in trouble. So you can see, a couple of these players playing the hyper kind of aggressive defense. But it looks like somebody's grabbed the helicopter and is making quick work of our defenders.
And I think that was a really strong choice, especially because you can see Landmark, who looks like he's in cover, that he's got good angles with that M16, and then ggets ripped apart by the helicopter. So making sure that you're prioritizing getting rid of those enemy vehicles are the way to go. But for TenZ, Kaede, Kenpeki, and Kai Wayland, look, they're still splitting the different operators and just looking to hold.
Oh my gosh, he's got me.
Oh.
How do I get off these things?
Oh dear.
This is insane.
Talk about chaos in the best way possible. This is what Warfare is all about. Nade is going to go for a sky flank and immediately gets shot at. Says, whoa, let me back up. We are making a bit of progress, though, on these next couple points.
I got another one.
And let's start making our way to the point. Looks like B1 being taken currently.
Yo, boys, I'm in a helicopter.
I got one on B.
I'm dead. I'm in a helicopter. How do I get out?
I got another one on B. I'm on B.
I'm in a helicopter with you. Oh, no, I jumped out, Todd. I gotta return to the battlefield. I'm outside the map up here.
All I see is the helicopter in the distance trying to chop people up. And not only that, but I'm so glad that Scump figured out how to get back into it, return to the battlefield like the maniac that he absolutely is, to look to grab more kills. But that culmination from the free cam shot just really breaks it down. I was highlighting One Shot Rich's team, and you can see they are dead center in the action, looking to break apart the opposing team.
Yeah, I love that we got a chance to see the amazing free cam there with the spectator, to be able to see where all the players are and the helicopter flying up and above. I think they're getting a lot of value of this helicopter, probably with some kills. A lot of people are trying to respawn in it, and it's basically proven maybe not the best strategy from what we can tell.
What do you mean? People are respawning in it and then just like parachuting on down to the battlefield. That's exactly what is happening. We're just like dropping people left and right. There goes Fire Monkey. I saw him just parachute out of the helicopter straight into the enemy line. So back into it we go.
You just got to do what you got to do, all right? And sometimes it's just, it's too hot to handle. Tins, though, playing a little bit of defense here. It looks like they've actually lost... It looks like B2 potentially from the defense side. So Tins is playing defense. Tins is playing OBJ, which I appreciate.
That's my teammate.
Flush out!
The enemy in objective Bravo 2 has been neutralized. Be advised.
Hear me out. I like the angle on the tents. I really do, especially if you're good at playing around those covers and just kind of looking for those people to hold. But this seems like a moment of reprieve where we just kind of have to go just a bit areas to make sure that we find and like re-clear out these objectives.
Yeah, I think the other thing about this too is that part of the hard part of attacking in a map like this is that oftentimes you'll have everybody full send one point, take it, and then all full send the other point. Solid strategy. The problem is you leave that other point to be recapped, and the people that are defending have an easier time getting over there. So that's what we've seen already. B2 was taken, and they tried to go over to B1. Now it's come back. This jockeying back and forth is classic warfare, and it's just a matter of who kind of gets the better of their opponent in that tug of war.
Oh my God, what is this guy doing?
This is a really good way to get the better of someone. Just live in the tanks. Live with the aggressive vehicle plays.
I can't see, brother. Get me out of the corner.
I'm telling you, Tiff, I really think Landmark might be going for top Slayer, top squad. He is dominating this map from the side of the defense just by playing in vehicles. They're so strong, and our attackers are not countering it all that quickly. So here we go, though. It looks like a couple points trading hands, but we are running low on the lives. Look at that top middle of your screen. 64 current lives left.
Yeah.
It is warzy. Oh, wait, the helicopter. Oh, I'm dead. I'm gonna die. I killed him. I spawned in the helicopter. It's getting shot down.
Nice little double kill. We keep barricading forward through the smoke. We don't even care. We just want to take our angles and work around this. Pulls out the pistol, but I don't know if we can get over to Mech Animal.
Oh. He's right there. He's right. Oh my gosh, teammate.
This is kind of make or break. Looks like somebody's picking up. Again, I think the more support players we have, I mean, we have a ton of them. You can pick up, you know, a ton of people off the ground and potentially save some tickets. The problem is you just want to make sure you don't get killed while doing it. It's tough, but hey, great effort regardless of trying to pick up Scump.
Saw that artillery barrage get called in as well, which can be quite debilitating, but it's Cream the Rabbit, who has been like #1 support. I would want them on my team day in, day out, especially if they are like, hey, yo, if you're my friend, I will revive you. We all need that person in our life and on our team.
On my ping.
They're going B2. It looks like a hard B2 push.
We can talk about how Kitty is, but stop. Oh my god! There's 2 on me. They're both half health. 3 on me. There's a respawn beacon. Come back, throw a nade around that corner.
Can I just say, not only a great support player, great team comms here. Wow, we got call-outs, we've got numbers call-outs, we've got very clean comms, but all important communication about where pushes are coming from. I like it. We're locked in on Cream the Rabbit stream.
People are playing there.
Woo! Look at the kill feed!
Holy moly!
Let's go, let's go.
Oh, it's all Blue Bite Sora for days right now. You hear like JR just like look at the kill feed. I see it. I see a potential for a top slayer. That is for sure. But then again, we come back to this free cam and all I see are the vehicles going inside. And are we even surprised? Now we've got locked in the vehicle battle here, and it's safe to say that Landmark is ready to take everyone down still.
Oh no, it's tank battle. And we are about to end this one. The defense, I think, is going to win it. Well done from the defensive side. Landmark said, I don't need a gun. I've got a tank. And it works out well for him. Congrats to Landmark and the whole defense, Cream the Rabbit and others. You've done a great job defending the point in our very first map of Threshold, and I am excited to see what those score lines look like at the end of that one, Tiff. We've got a lot of leaderboards down the line. We're going to get all of those updated as fast as possible. But Tiff, what did you think about the first game?
I like that we can tell that the people that have been grinding Delta Force immediately recognize what is needed to be done, whether it be the smokes, but it's mostly the vehicles and the utilization of the artillery barrage to kind of pump up those numbers and deny anyone from trying to capture those objectives. So I am sure that the scoreline for Landmark's team is going to go insane because, mind you, we are looking for a 20% bonus for that overall score towards the end, and that is up for grabs after this game for sure.
Yeah, and again, I think it's worth remembering that the first game, we were looking for top individual slayer, you get a prize. Top squad score of that game gets a prize. And then overall, over the course of 3 games, we're looking for most valuable squad. That's our overall metric for this tournament. That is all of your score of your squad combined throughout all 3 games will win those RTX 4080s as the best squad of the day. The key here, though, is that the defense is all going to receive a 20% bonus to their scores for the cumulative leaderboard for most valuable squad because they won the game. You got to have a bonus for winning the game. 20% sizable, and excited to see how those scores all line up. Now, a couple quick things as we get into the rest of this. We've got some replays, first of all, from that last game. So if you just tuned in or you were in and out, here's a quick look back on what we saw. And I got to say, shout out to Scump, Zuma, Nadeshot. It seems like they started to figure it out along the way. They were trying to go snipes. They were trying to play together. And they were like, we've got to play for the objective. But on these replay packages, I mean, Cream the Rabbit, a fantastic support player. Obviously, Landmark playing very well in vehicles.
Yeah, but the cool thing about it is, and everything that you highlighted in terms of Scump, Nadeshot, and co, they were starting to adapt. And I think the realization of them kind of like grouping up, figuring out what needs to be done and how to attack through those smokes, whether it's kind of bringing out those recon operators, is that they're going to know that going into the second map. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to lock in on the defense, I bet. That is just the name of the game. You figure out how you want to play on that offensive side, and then you're just going to lock in on the defense next.
Yeah, this is definitely the first map was learning, Tiff. And now that some of our players have learned what they need to do, let's see what they can execute on in the second one. But Kaide, Tins, that whole squad defended well, and excited to see what they're able to do in the next one. Now, we are going to be swapping sides going into the next one. So if you enjoyed Landmark and vehicles on the defense, let's see what maybe he can do on the attack next map. And excited to see next map as well. That's going to be Shafted that we're going to be headed to. And I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek if you haven't played Shafted. Vehicle gameplay not going to be quite what you could expect in that Shafted game. Quick shouts, though, for Delta Force. If you're enjoying the broadcast, and frankly, if you're enjoying the game, which I know you all are, make sure you go follow Delta Force on all major socials. We're live all over the place. You know it. You're watching this somewhere. Twitter, X, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Facebook. We're live. Like and follow wherever you're at. And of course, join the Discord and all the other socials. Big deals for socials is that you can communicate to the team about what you want in the game and everything like that. There's a suggestion section of the Discord as well. You can suggest different features, etc. So really cool stuff. Make sure you go follow. And then also one more quick reminder about mobile. Delta Force is coming to mobile January 20th, but specifically also coming to Google Play Games. You're not going to want to miss that as well. A great way to play mobile and have some cross progression if you're at home, at a PC, something like that. Very fun stuff. Go check out Google Play Games. You can also pre-register for all of that, App Store, Google Play Store, and Google Play Games right now for that drop on January 20th. Now, I do think we're going to go ahead and get that second game started as fast as possible. So we're going to be headed to our second map of the day. We're going to be headed to Shafted, Tiff. And if we've got a quick second here before the game starts, I would love to re-show the format graphic one more time here for Game 2 in order to showcase what we're going to be looking for in Game 2. So we'll update those leaderboards for you as soon as we have them. But Game 2, we're headed to Shafted, Tiff, and we're looking to reward the Guardian Angel, the player with the most revives.
So Cream the Rabbit, right? We're just going to cut to the chase and just see how important that was considering what they were able to throw down on Threshold. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put my bet in for that. No, but for real. And I like kind of what you were alluding to with the utilization of vehicles. I think that we saw a ton of smokes on Threshold. I think they're going to be even more prevalent on Shafted for the defense to kind of deny everyone as we swap sides. But I think we will see a lot more Stinger operators come through for the support side of things. The question is, will people make that jump now, right off the rip?
Yeah, I mean, we saw so many Stingers, like the support operators in the last map. I can only expect we're going to see more on this map, especially with this map layout. Support is going to be giant. On the attack, you're going to need support to save some of those lives, save some of those tickets. So I think that's something you're definitely going to expect. I think the other thing, Stone Mountain in particular, noticed this, those respawn beacons are going to be imperative so that your team doesn't have to run so far to get right back into the action. I think you're going to see more Lunas if you're not going for all the revives, if you're not going for Guardian Angel, and you're going for top squad, or just winning, frankly, for the 20% bonus, you're going to at least need some Lunas, some of those respawn beacons to keep up the pace of your attack. It can't always go in waves, because if you don't win those waves and you don't have constant pressure, it's going to be quite difficult for you to win this one. So I think we're going to see people switching around, changing their operators up, and it'll be fun to see kind of what that flow looks like as we get into this one. And I think we're starting it right away, so you won't have to wait hardly long at all to get into this Tiff. But yeah, so we've got some different operators. We got some different things. I gotta say, you were talking about the Tens and Kaide squad. They did a great job on defense. I don't know that they were top squad. Frankly, I tout them as maybe being the most, statistically best OBJ players. They were sitting on the points and they were defending well. I don't know if they're gonna be top of the leaderboard for that, but I tip my hat to that as a best team player potentially.
Yeah, I think it's really hard considering when we're looking around and then you've got Landmark just going absolutely nuclear within the vehicles to try and contend with the number of kills that they were able to throw down. So kind of now that we switch the tactic of what we're looking for with that Guardian Angel in map number 2, does that really matter? I mean, yes, you want a scoreline that's really high, but you also want to focus on rezzing your teammates. So getting into the middle of the action, but cutting off vantage points so you can kind of just sit there and keep those rezzes flying. That's what I want to see. But also, I don't know if a lot of our players are just kind of ad hoc going for that Guardian Angel. I think they just want to play to win, and if that happens, it happens.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think everybody just wants to win. Now, I'm pumped about this one as we're going to get into it. I think we're going to be playing another map. Actually, it looks like we're going to be playing Threshold to get back into the game quickly. So we're going to run it back. And I will say this is good because this actually allows our team that was on the defense to see how hard attacking is as well. So this will be interesting to see maybe if Landmark is going to get those vehicles again and be able to lead the charge on the attack with those vehicles, or if they're going to struggle in order to get into the very first point. Because as a reminder, the 8-shot squad, it took them until about 100 tickets left, 100 lives left to even break through the first point. Once they got there, they had a chance. So maybe our opposition will be able to better that going into this next game here, Tiff.
No, so 100% know what that team is going to do. They're going to lock it into a vehicles. They're going to look to hold angles, and that's everything that we expect. But to see them on defense, I think we just give a moment to see what their strategy is.
Oh!
I'm dead. 2 tanks on the right.
Oh, yo, pick me up real quick.
I got you. Where
I'm
are you?
messed up, bro.
I got him.
Thank you, bro.
I got you, kid. Don't mention it.
Oh, I gotta return the
God.
battle.
Two made, guys. Two made.
Yo, I'm so slow.
I got one of.
Oh, pass.
I'm dead. 2 of them, Mason. 2 of them.
That's the operators.
Yo, he just flew in over our heads with a parachute.
Turned on.
I got 2. I got 2. Z, you got turned on? Come on, Z.
I did it.
It wasn't Z. It looked like Z.
Oh, I'm hacked.
You get turned on.
No.
I saw him in the kill feed. I couldn't tell who it was. They're on A.
They're on A, guys. We gotta go. They're already capping our A point, guys. We gotta lock it in here, guys.
I'm coming. Oh, Tens just killed me. Yo, Tens is using an SMG, bro.
Oh no, he's got tech.
I'm spawning you, Tommy.
Don't let him get A.
I threw the medic thing on the floor.
I killed 10. Oh my god.
Damn.
Yo, they're already on.
Okay, Ghost, so hear me out. There's a couple of things that I've learned just by witnessing the first 30 seconds to a minute here is different side, same chaos, especially for that crew. But something that they're highlighting is the call outs are, yes, they're on A, but 90% of them are where is Tens on the map and what he is using and can we kill him?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Honestly, Nade looked way better in game 2 on this map. I'm kind of impressed. He was picking up a ton of kills, playing kind of an off angle, and it actually worked out. Now, unfortunately for, well, the defense, it looks like Landmark is seeing quite a lot of success here with the vehicles again to clean up the backside of this so that his team can address this first point. That's nice for him.
He's running behind once. Oh my god.
Oh, the ghost card there.
Bro.
Wait, is that? He might have been trying to punch me earlier.
No, he is. He's running out of the knife. There's one and trying to knife people. Yeah.
See Landmark there in the back line, just on that tank, just kind of driving it around Stone Mountain, looking for a res if we can, a couple stingers, maybe a D-Wolf thrown into the mix.
Probably another week or so, though, unfortunately.
Hey, this is what I'm saying. If you can pick people up, you can keep up the pressure. I'm here for it.
I got 2 Nate shot. Come on.
Go crazy. They're in the smoke.
I threw a med pack on you, Nate shot.
I'm patient.
I'm just laying on the ground.
Yo, they're laying in the smoke. I'm res. Behind you guys, dead. I'm dead again.
I'm dead again.
No one here. No one behind you.
Oh, wait, they're on the roof.
Behind you, bro. Wait. Someone help. Help me.
They're right outside that tent. 3 of them.
Oh my god, the Stone Mountain is actually linked. Oh, how they just died. They're all outside the tent, bro. Here they come.
One shot.
One's in.
Yeah, one's in on left.
He's dead.
All right, so while he's piecing Ghost, think back to that free cam shot on what we witnessed where Landmark was on the opposing side. This evacuation passage, aka the big yellow tent that we saw in the free cam, is basically where the entire offense is trying to filter through. So I love that Scump is just kind of anchored here. We saw the smokes come through and he said it himself, he's just piecing. And with Stone Mountain kind of lying in wait to making sure that we're filtering in those reses to come through, this is a great way to prioritize and focus on the tickets.
Yeah, and I want to be very clear. You know, defense looks like they're doing well. Unfortunately, they're doing much worse than the attackers this time around. Again, I love that we get a chance to kind of see this run back, but you can see how well our attackers are doing in comparison, right? Because I think that's the thing. It's like, it feels like defense is doing okay, but Landmark is running through the rest of this entire lobby of the vehicle. Now, there is something worth noting with this map, is that the vehicles from the first side of the map can't get into this second side. You're gonna have to call in vehicles on that side. So Landmark is kind of stuck on this push with his current vehicle. He's gonna have to get a new one.
Good work. Objective cleared.
I got one as well.
But the fact that he's already done a ton just to kind of nuke where they're at, but checking in here with Nadeshot, who just absolutely goes straight towards that vehicle and gets decimated.
No!
Yeah, I'm getting word, and I'm seeing them in the kill feed. I'm seeing One Shot Rich go absolutely viral. I know that squad is doing fantastic. I think Enders, my guy, is actually obliterating this lobby as well. So
Oh my God.
definitely go check out all the individual streams out there. But really curious to see how Nadeshot's going to approach this one because, well, we're already through the next 2 points. We're already farther than their opponents. So I'll count that as an overall win for the side of Landmark & Co. Tins is on that side as well. Cream the Rabbit, I think that side is definitely the better side today, at least for now. They've broken through B1, B2, and they're going to be moving on to the next point, absolutely blowing out of the water our original attack.
Oh my God, bro. I gotta make sure they can see the kill feed, bro.
They're spawning on the left.
Oh my God, we actually are about to win.
Yeah, that's right, Tiff. They are about to win. They're on
The realization.
They're on to see. I believe this is the last set of points. So if they're able to break through this, they'll be able to play for the win.
Exoskeleton activated!
Nice.
Okay, well, look, if they're about to take it, let's check in. Scump's got to do something about it when you've got kind of that final hold battle here.
It's like a spawn thing where you can like
spawn beacon.
Yeah.
It's a sniper.
Oh my God.
I got him again. Oh my God. I'm dead. Revive me.
Hey, I see my guy, Doug Dagnabbit, in the kill feed, kind of lighting some people up. Playing on this side as well, so he's going to be on the defense side. We've got all types of streamers in here. I love it.
Yeah, I saw Nerveless as well, and kind of once we like spawned in at the beginning of the map, I saw them pop up in the actual text chat and we're like, play the stairs, make sure that you're taking angles, like work together. And I was like, okay, good. At least we're trying to coordinate with the entirety of that defensive line. But when you have such a strong offense kind of working together and knowing the ins and outs of the game, it just makes adapting to that really difficult.
That's the thing. Me and Merlin can't fight the tank. We're only medics. We can deal with the infantry and res, but we need the support. Oh, that was insane zip trick right there. He just flew up mid-fight. That was crazy.
Stone's having a great game and obviously has figured out the flow of what they need. They need a variable amount of operators to figure out how to win some of these fights. So he's obviously playing kind of a close range encounter, gunplay support, when he's basically calling out, we need engineers to take down some of these vehicles.
Caught me through it. I think we'll just respawn here. Yeah, we're...
Okay, yeah, good calm there. I was like, maybe we're gonna get res. No, definitely not. But we come back to this squad, and we're also equally giving up.
Yeah, giving up in the sense of getting respawned back onto your feet, not giving up the point. It's still defendable. Again, this last point is open, but it is the easiest to defend if you're the defense because you get to spawn so close to the point that they're trying to take. It tends trying to be route man to swing around the side, does get picked up in transition.
I'm ready for another fight.
Objective Charlie now. The enemy is attacking.
Coyote's a menace over here. I'm not gonna lie. This is exactly where we had just seen Stone Mountain kind of witnessing that incredible zip play, but a lot of people were giving comms, so she gets picked up here on the outskirts, just playing around the storage units. But do we go up? Do we take some more angles? Sure, our position's exposed, but it's totally fine. We're looking for a big two-piece, but don't get it.
As a reminder, too, you should see a lot of people being rescued because we have the Guardian Angel prize out there for people to earn. So keep that in mind that we should be seeing a ton of those. Now, Landmark said he's a menace, and I cannot agree more. My goodness, he is unstoppable in these vehicles. They're going to be extremely helpful to clear out some of these points for C that the opponents are going to be spawning around. On the outside, on the inside, he's got to rely on his team to take care of both of these points. I've played this map a ton, and I've played these C points a ton. They are quite difficult to take in tandem.
Speaking of that, did you see the free cam shot where we've got kind of M'd up there on the crane, taking the craziest angles?
We're looking to farm some clips. I like it.
That gun is insane.
Bro,
Tommy, watch out for up here, Tommy.
Zuma is trying to change weapons mid-game. Look, gentlemen, you guys are using an SMG, which I can appreciate, and it kicks for what it is. But if you're trying to win some of these long-range gunfights, M7 on the other side, yeah, that's gonna beat you 9 times out of 10.
But hear me out, Goj. They saw 10s using the SMG, so they're using the SMG.
Don't even wait. Look at T Carbone lying there dead.
Revive me.
I killed 10. I'm dead.
Oh my god. That SMG 45 kills instantly.
Does it?
That's the tech, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna spawn on you guys. Give me a second.
There's more in the smoke over here.
No, you guys are all in combat.
Oh my
I can't deploy on any of you.
I got one.
Scump's locked in. He's looking better than he did the first time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty impressed. Pulled out the pistol, grabbed a couple, but okay. So we did get a vehicle inside, and it's looking like it's paying off. Now again, you've kind of seen this jockeying, this tug of war happening for C1, C2. It's going to be difficult to grab both of these points. So the question is, how do you do so either at the same time or grab one, push the other, and hope you can take it before they take back the point you just grabbed? A fun map as well, Threshold, because of this tidal wave kind of story around this map. You can see this kind of diagram behind that giant wall that's right behind Kaide. That's a tidal wave. It's like a simulated tidal wave for the city. It's kind of like Threshold. The Threshold is, you know, the city before the big tidal wave comes through. So fun to see kind of the story of each of these maps while we're playing them.
Love the lore, love dancing around it, especially near that. Unfortunately, that angle will get her knocked down. Not sure if someone's going to be able to come pick her back up, but at least being able to get those live pings so people can counteract it.
Medic! I'm here!
Look at this beautiful view from above. You can see all of our players are at. Our attackers are going to be the ones, I believe, in green here, trying to take down the rest of this last couple points. And they were close. You can see C2 just barely going back to the defense. You see plenty of names on our screen right now. Cream the Rabbit just got cut down. Doug, Dagnabbit holding down, trying to take C2 or hold it. This is fun to watch.
Oh, I got him. Oh, we're good.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're good. That's the way, Landmark.
That is the fact that Landmark traded in vehicles and then got to swap to a new vehicle and is just moving on his merry way is wild. What are we doing letting Landmark just run through this entire lobby in vehicle? I assume he's going to be near the top of this leaderboard.
Death, they're in front of you in the balcony.
They're storming the building! I got
two all over the stairs.
Like, look at this guy. This guy's jumped off the balcony.
By the way, quick glance at that leaderboard from Nade's perspective. Do you see who is top of the leaderboard on the right-hand side? Vincent Vega. That's Landmark. As expected, vehicle gameplay goes crazy.
I saw 43 kills, the player underneath them 49, so they're putting down those massive numbers, which is why the defense was having such a hard time.
Okay.
Here we go. This is maybe the final push. They've just got to take C2 here, and it's looking good. Again, Kaide playing great here on the edge of the zone, trying to hold this position. Couple players in this area, and again, as per the usual, it is chaos around these parts.
Well, back up on their feet, which is perfect and where they needed to be, especially to make that final stand, which should be enough victory again.
All right, so we don't press escape.
Hello?
No matter what.
Yeah. Don't press anything.
Okay.
Yeah, don't touch this.
Beautiful job, a great win, and a couple W's thrown up from Kaide. Back-to-back W's has got to feel fantastic, and it's got to be feeling really good in the sense that, well, you're the best Delta Force player that's played today. I mean, you're able to take down an entire team of streamers on the other side, back-to-back. There's no question that is a defense boon because the attack just won. Massive effort from that whole group of streamers. Of course, I do think Vincent Vega, aka Landmark, is at the top, but I don't know how it'll all fall out, if its squad's going to be at the top or otherwise. Even still, I think my big question is how many rescues did these players get? Who's going to be the Guardian Angel? Let's take a quick look back at that map and some of the highlights from it.
No.
I saw him in the kill
I feel like these highlights are going to show a lot of chaos, especially from this POV, but also just kind of how everything kicked off with Landmark once again, locking in the vehicle immediately, putting up north of 40 kills and wreaking havoc.
I love these free cam shots. It's so cool to have these spectators in here.
I'm patient.
Be able to see kind of the overhead shots of all the different players we have, but again, the highlights, yeah, Landmark vehicle gameplay. I mean, just raining terror on his opponents. He's got the infantry weapon. He's got anti-vehicle weapons. He has it all. He was even swapping between vehicles. But even still, big ups from all of our attackers to be able to break through the lines of the likes of Scump and Nade Shot Zuma, Stone Mountain. A tough game for sure for the defense as they got blown apart by vehicles and Kaide.
Just a couple of names that you kind of hear from the defense as they're going through. It was a lot of where is Tens, where is Kaede, and then just knowing that you just need to be able to counteract whatever Landmark is doing. Because every time you pop into the free cam world, it's just Landmark's day, and we're living in it because he's just constantly throwing down so much, and no one is figuring out a way to counteract him. Ready to deploy.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Tens was cooking here on point.
Yeah. We win.
This is
GG.
Very, very fun to watch. Fun replays, fun highlight package. We love seeing everybody having a good time. And of course, Kaide throwing up the W's after ending that one. Now, I am getting word that we're going to be swapping maps up. So I believe we're going to be headed to trench lines next. But hey, if you want to try out Threshold, we had a chance to see it from the attack and the defense. If you want to try it out, you got to download the game, folks. The open beta is here. You know it. You're probably playing it already. Head to playdeltaforce.com. You can download it there for the PC downloader on Steam or the Epic Game Store, however you like it. It's free. They're committed to no pay to win, and it's a ton of fun. Go get involved. Those links are all down below in the YouTube description, where our moderators can help you out as well on the other platforms. If you're here with us on Twitch, scroll down. There's big panels you can click. Super, super simple. So fun stuff happening across the board. Make sure you're downloading the game as well. I think the next piece of information I've got to tell you is that if you're not playing the game, I don't know what you're doing, and make sure you're following Delta Force on all major socials. But mobile, right around the corner. You've got to make sure that you've pre-registered that if you want to get involved. Google Play Store, App Store, Google Play Games. Go pre-register now. This is a huge chance to get involved and get info on the mobile launch, which is all going to be January 20th, 2025. Delta Force coming to mobile. You got to get your hands on it. You can play from anywhere. Delta Force at your fingertips. Come on. Did you ask for anything better than that? That's a dang good time. Tiff, we've got so much that we get to talk about, but we're also rewarding the people at home for being here. Twitch drops are active, folks, and it is unique to this broadcast. Here's a quick look at all of the Twitch drops that you can get. You can earn these within 15 minutes of watching this broadcast and the creators' broadcasts that have Twitch drops active. It's really simple, and if you watch for longer, you earn more rewards. Very, very easy. Just make sure, I believe it's your Steam account, is attached to your Twitch account in your settings. That's going to be key in order for you to earn those Twitch drops. So make sure you go do that and then just follow along and get all these incredible rewards being here on the day that this game launches. It's been out for less than 24 hours and we've got some true grinders. I'm seeing some support for Focus. I'm seeing some support for Enders. I'm seeing some support for Tens. I'm seeing some support for all of our creators who are frying out in these lobbies, and excited to get into our next game.
I really am too, and I do love those Twitch drops. I was like trying to pull it up while you were kind of giving the call out. I was like, okay, well, make sure that I'm getting it and make sure that everything's connected, because I really do. If we're seeing how prevalent the vehicles are in the warfare mode, which they've always been, we're just certainly seeing only a couple creators focusing on that. You get a skin for the vehicle, and that is so important. You got to deck it out in style.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's my favorite thing. Again, there's so much customization options in game, and it's obviously no pay to win. I think if you've been paying attention to any of the broadcasts we've done, all the cosmetics are more focused on looking cool and more towards the realism side. They're not going to get crazy and chaotic with these weird, celebrities added into the game. That's not what they do around these parts. So it's going to be really cool cosmetics, and it's never going to be pay to win. They're just to look dang cool, and you can earn them for free as well. So never have to pay in order to play. That's the name of the game here with Delta Force. Pumped about it. Now, trench lines is next, folks, and this is going to be fun. No individual reward for trench lines. We're looking for that cumulative score that we're going to show near the end of the game to see who the best squad of the day was. Trench line, I think, and maybe I'm alone on this, I highly doubt it. If you played trench lines, I think you're going to be on the same court as me. This might be my favorite map in the Warfare mode right now. Brand new, seeing a lot of hype around it as well, Tiff. I think you're going to enjoy this one. Trench lines is really cool, not only because of its kind of linear scale of kind of wrapping around the map through the trenches, capturing each of the points. I just really like the way it plays. So I'm pumped to see this on main stage with all of our creators.
No, I love that because you've kind of been touting this map through the entirety of our show thus far. And I'm like, finally, we get to see it play out with our creators. But do you think that one side in particular is going to have more favored? Do you think this leans into the defense or the offense, or does it lean into Landmark's team?
I don't know. I mean, I think like vehicles are going to be big, obviously, and seemingly nobody can handle the vehicles. But I don't know. I think it's going to be the defense might have a slight edge, but it is pretty balanced, in my opinion, from the attack and the defense side. I had a lot of fun playing attack, and we won. So, frankly, I think I would like to play attack here. I think it's more fun anyways, even though defense might have a slight edge. I don't know. Time will tell. Frankly, the team that has the slight edge is the Landmark side. Everybody on that side, Tids, Kaide, Cream the Rabbit, that whole side of things has the edge. Obviously, they've gone back-to-back regardless of attack and defense. I can only expect they go 3-0. So I think that map is about to get started. So while we get into this one, I would love to show you one more time what you can expect on trench lines with this cool promo video that came out a little while ago. Let's take a look at that trench lines video before we get into the game. I'm telling you, I love that we get a chance to replay that video. That's something they put out a little while ago to hype up trench lines, and now you can play it, obviously. So a big win there. I'm pumped about this map. Obviously, it looks cool. I'm seeing chat say the same thing. I wanted to give you a little bit of a showcase of it, Tiff, before we got into it again. What'd you think? You excited about this one?
I am too. I am so excited. It looks really fun, just kind of getting down. That's like very much my play style of how I like to kind of just navigate things. I'll oftentimes take like really unique pathways where I can just go for an ultimate flank. So to be able to kind of see it in all the different areas that you can kind of get into the actual trenches and move forward, that's very much what I would be doing right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun angles to play around in this map. So we're going to be hopping into that game as fast as humanly possible. Folks at home, I would love to hear from you. Favorite part thus far? Who's your favorite streamer? I need you to say it in the chat. The favorite streamer we've watched, or maybe some of your favorite streamers that are playing in this that we haven't seen yet. Go shout them out in our Twitch chat now. We've got some incredible content creators all over the world playing Delta Force on launch, breaking records, having fantastic viewership numbers across all of Twitch and all of our live streaming platforms. I've seen a lot of love for Focus and a lot of love for Enders, and don't worry, I fully agree, fantastic players. But the best part, again, one of my favorite things about Delta Force is obviously we all get to play it now that it's open beta. I've been waiting for this for so long, but also just their support of the content creator community. There is a wide, vast array of different types of content creators in this event and in our future events, and really excited to continue to showcase all of those content creators and keep talking about them. So we're gonna see who's gonna win this one, and I'm really looking at the side of Flowers, Doug, Dag, Nabbit, Scump, Nade Shot, Zuma. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you guys to stand up and, you know, get ready for war, all right? I think we've swapped sides again, so I do believe they're going to be attacking, and they're going to be running through the trenches trying to take these points. We got to get a win under our belt, gentlemen. I'm ready for it, Tiff.
I am too. I feel like they've kind of had a couple of maps under their belt to kind of figure out what they want to do as a team and how to kind of coordinate everything. But it just seems like right off the rip, it's just that pure chaos that they have to like burn a couple of tickets to realize how we want to approach going forward. But you know me, Goj. I'm a fan of the chaos. I thrive in the chaos. It's my favorite.
Well, speaking of chaos, it's time for some trench lines, and we've got Scump on our Stinger support character. He's gonna be throwing out some smoke, so try to make a play for one of these very first points. Now we're gonna get a chance to see the map and see how do we address it. A couple smoke lines will get you up close, but will it get you on the point? That's the question. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Yo, Josh is to the left, guys.
I'm free. I'm available. I didn't want to revive me.
Oh my god, how do you see me, man?
Allied troops neutralizing objective Alpha.
I don't think we can push past that red line, though, can we?
No, bro. I'm telling you, just get up on a nice hill and lay down.
I think Nade's sniping a kid. You can see that redespawn beacon over on the far right-hand side. It's allowing kind of our our attackers to actually make a flank. It's actually a pretty smart beacon if they can hold that position. Looks like maybe some folks with our free cam have addressed that fight on the right-hand side of the map, but a beautiful look at the kind of U-shaped attack from all of our attackers as our defense tries to hold on to this very first point as long as possible. But they're quickly getting overrun. The tides of war may be changing here, Tiff. This could be the momentum we need.
I mean, Kaede is definitely locked. Look, we're trying to take these angles to hold, and especially kind of what you heard from Scump in general. It's like, how do they see me? It's all about those lines of sight, the vantage points, and kind of cutting them off with smokes because people are just getting picked apart without even realizing it, thinking that they're safe, but totally not. So to lock into the action with Stone Mountain, kind of picking up that Car 15 that a lot of people have been utilizing, smart.
Yeah, totally agree. I think the car's a solid, early weapon that you can pick up if you're just getting started and be really solid in warfare mode. I think a lot of people are going to be playing with that when they get into this. And I was talking to some of these streamers too. Like I was talking to Stone Mountain. He loves playing warfare to warm up for operations. He's a man of both game modes, so definitely knows the game well, but loves warming up because you just get so many gunfights in the warfare mode. But you can also, especially when we're in tournaments like this, you can also practice some of your more tactical gameplay inside the chaos that is warfare when you're playing for objectives. So far so good for the attackers, looking pretty strong this time around.
We can't see anything with all the smokes, but that's okay.
Can somebody spawn on me and repair this car?
God, don't repair him. Let him die.
You're wrecked.
So I can get in there.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that was landmark, by the way.
That tracks. That absolutely tracks, because you know Landmark is beyond obsessed with being inside those vehicles. So to have full control of that, it is exactly what you need to do. You can see kind of right over there, Boomstick Gaming Squad kind of making the approach, and alongside Ghost of Caldera, some really large creators that are experienced in a lot of different shooters. So gonna see them working together here is brilliant, and the explosive of the vehicle would not have been better if we wouldn't have had that shot.
The attackers are doing great on this map. It's working out for him. Ooh, okay, Nade shot. I see you. Gets cleaned up on the trade, but I think Nade's having fun with the sniper. And there's a lot more open sight lines. Like, you can play in the trenches, but if you play on the outside, pick up a couple people in transition, you can really set your team up for success, taking some key kills.
Tommy, I'm right next to you, guys.
Right next to you, Tom. I don't know if that was tense, though. Just keep staying down. Just keep staying down. This works. Laying down works. They don't see me for some reason. Bro, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Laying down works. They don't see you for some reason.
Oh my God.
Okay, Zuma. Yeah, like, I trust, but also I love the action of getting into the trenches, kind of using those close range engagements to just be the best that you can be. It's very akin to Scum's playstyle already, so I love that we're seeing it here.
Yeah, this is the true trench lines experience. You can run along the outside, but no cover. Instead, you run into the enemy before they can see you because of the trench lines. Fun, close quarters combat in a kind of open, unique way. This is what I love about this map. It's just such a unique battlefield in comparison to some of the other maps we have.
Nobody's here.
Explosions, breakdowns towards the right. Everyone kind of just moving towards that B1. They're just seconds away from kind of getting that one all taken care of, but then you're back with Landmark. And if you're gonna throw down, grab your engineer operator, because if you're not in a vehicle, you want to get mixy.
Yeah, and again, I was a little worried about this because of the lack of vehicles in comparison. There's still some, but way less than some of the other maps thus far. You know, you're not seeing Landmark really pop off quite as much as before. He's trying to get his footing in this game. Still having, I'm sure, a solid game, but in comparison, not quite as active. And again, this side might finally lose for the very first time. They've lost B1. They're about to lose B2. Not all hope is lost yet, but our attack, they finally figured it out.
And we've definitely seen a lot more people starting to experiment with Hat Claw, and I think that is going to be really... Wait, did he just break down that tree with that? Oh!
See you later. Looks like, I think that's Little FPS or Little B FPS. Little B, a multi-content creator across multiple platforms, even plays, I believe, some mobile gaming as well, but picks up, I think, a rocket launcher, takes down the tank, and moves on his merry way.
Do you see me? I'm in the smoke. Where? Oh, I got a res. Oh, no, I died. I ran into
Nah. Go back.
They just started running away. He goes, I'm with you, Nate. And Nate just started sprinting away from the point. That is hilarious.
Above you, fix down.
Do you blame him, though?
Behind me? Dude, see, I can't see.
Oh, yes.
The ultimate flanks. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's the thing about trench lines. It's like the close quarters combat is crazy. You might not even know somebody's there until they're right on top of you.
Back in my little safe cubby. Comfy in here. Real comfy.
A quick glance at that leaderboard, by the way. I saw Stone Mountain at the top of the leaderboard for the attacking side on the right-hand side. That was a quick look, by the way, at the backup system, some of the support systems you can call in for yourself. Tins, I believe, could actually drop a vehicle on this map for his team. Problem is right now, he's actually in a really good spot to just hold this point. Again, the nature of trench lines, there's these really small close quarter combat areas, and it's working out really well for them on B2. They've taken back both points after almost narrowly losing both of those points. A great comeback from the squad who's been on top all day today.
And just trying to reclaim that, there was really no one challenging. So you pop out of his little safe cubby that he keeps retreating in to make sure that you've got that reload, but he's just able to pop on out, take this head peek with ease, and deny anyone from getting close.
Did I just get meleeed?
Yeah, Hat Claw is actually crazy with that data knife. It's a very, very cool operator that some people have been using for operations as well, to like gain info on where people are at and also track them down. And you can kind of cause disturbances in their kind of mini map and disrupt their systems. And you also just have a throwing knife, which is sick.
There's nothing better than just hitting a pure throwing knife. It just asserts your dominance, and you're like, yeah, I just did that. Plus, you know, you also get access to the respawn beacons in this warfare mode, which we've heard a lot of our creators talking about, especially if they're looking to snipe and take these crazy angles. But a lot of people have been electing to play, because of the close quarters combat, that SMG-45.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the best weapons you can use right now in close quarters. So it actually has a decent amount of range as well in comparison for an SMG. So a really good option, especially on this map where you need a little bit of variability. But looks like Landmark knows the key to success in its vehicles, so he's going to try to take out as many vehicles as he can. Again, the defense has lost B1 again and is trying to hold B2, and so far so good.
That could be massive, especially if you're just gonna barricade on in. Smokes for cover, but a lot of chaos, and he's just piecing them together one by one. Pentakill time, Landmark.
Yeah, hold down, hold down the trigger, as it were, and just raid terror. And LMG has enough bullets. I call those the bullet hose, the M249. Super valuable. I guess even in close range combat when they don't know you're there. Heck yeah, I love it.
Ooh. A little bit of the tracking. I don't care if you're gonna like kind of crouch on down and try to get through on the trenches. Landmark is just reading it. Now, unfortunately, the battle tank will get the best of him, but it is a little bit of that karma considering how much vehicle utilization we saw from the first 2 maps out of Landmark.
What's this person just sitting on top of the vehicle thinking they can melee it to death? I don't think that's how it works. Defense, though, quickly losing B2. A massive push from the attack seems to be paying off. Defense has maybe one last chance, and well, somebody's trying to hawk down Tins there and grab another melee kill.
Taking objective Bravo 2.
I was like, we are lurking, trying to take some of the craziest angles and look for people if we can. Respect it. Saw Doug kind of meeting his fate there in that feed.
The classic tug-of-war. The attack gained B2 quickly, but they lost B1 while it was happening. Tins is basically playing edge of the spawn, being a menace on the backside. A super valuable flank for them as he's holding B1 now and retaking it. This worked out well for the defense. They're doing well of swapping objectives, swinging back and forth. Here's a quick look again. Green right now on your screen. This is going to be your attackers. They have taken B2.
And with a quite dominating force, you can kind of see Enders over there going on like a solo play to try and do something about it, but immediately gets cut down. So you see Landmark there kind of on the outskirts, also working with a few to try and recreate and combat that. But once they get B2, they all kind of group up and immediately send straight onto B1. You can see Doug, Dag, Nabbit straight in the center of your screen working with a couple, but I don't think they're going to be able to get through Sky, Landmark, Kempeki. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, a lot of explosive this time around. That actually looks like it's probably an artillery barrage that was called in by somebody that has a decent score line to be able to call it in. I'm here for the chaos. It's working out well. Stone Mountain trying to lead the charge here, picking up a couple people in transition so they have as many bodies as they can. Here's the problem. Quick look, they're snagging B1 quickly. B2 seems to be in trouble, but it's contested. They've left a couple bodies on B2 potentially.
So close.
Oh, so close. It's ticking in. They're likely going to get it, but as soon as we say that, it stops. It's retracting. The defense are answering back, and Stone Mountain still on the ground. Like, help me, bro. Help me get up.
There. Pop off, nade. Somebody res me. Yes.
I think they're going to do it. They finally captured both. Well done. Whoever was playing quote-unquote defense for our attackers on B2, well done. You held it long enough for B1 to be captured, and all of a sudden, it's utter chaos and smokes all day because all of the defense is having to back up. The attackers are moving forward.
I don't know if we got it a little while ago. There was so much going on, I didn't even check, but we got it.
That makes sense.
Nice.
You kind of look around. We were talking earlier. I was like, look, I don't know how you're going to get through Landmark. I don't know how you're going to do that. But they group up. They do it with ease. And finally, we're starting to get some vehicles on in the mix. Cream the Rabbit. Let's see what you can do with it.
Let me get on the passenger 3.
Cream's on gunner. Give me someone nice and I'll jump. I'm gonna drop
Go on. Get on. Oh my god.
You get it. I'm just
There's a tank. Wow. That was a quick cleanup on the other side, but our man Landmark, again with the LMG, a terror on the map from up on high. I saw Nerveless at the top of the leaderboard on one side as well. Anytime we get a chance to take a quick look at the leaderboard, we absolutely will, and shout out all of our streamers that are competing in this one. Now, okay, so we've made our way through the trenches, and this is another cool feature of this map. So you worked your way through the trenches, you pushed through, and now you're going into this small village or city. I guess town's probably the right, nominal name for this thing. But even still, cool to be able to kind of transition through each phase of this map. Getting into this broken kind of war-torn town is going to be a fun, different style of play on the exact same map. I love how Delta Force does this with their warfare maps. They kind of change up your battlefield as you go.
They really do, and I love that we keep checking in with Nade Shot because you know he's been wanting to pull out the sniper. So to see him lock in with Luna as the operator who can utilize those respawn beacons, grabs the SV98 and is just trying to take angles. We see him connect at least one shot, but just keep tabs on that because those are some of those clips that you can get for the timeline that are insanely sick.
Yeah, this is phenomenal to watch. Now C is just one single point to start, so albeit Landmark is doing well on maybe our score tally, we are losing C quickly at this point and need to back up for the point. He's trying to hold the front lines and hoping maybe teammates be able to take the rest. But look at Scump and the attackers. They've had some crazy route. The route man gets paid and they pick up C extremely quickly. Guess what? We're into the final couple sections here. Well done from Scump, Zuma, Nade, and the rest of the crew on this side of things. Phenomenal performance thus far.
It's a little windy. It's a little windy. They're downstairs. One here, dead. Oh my god. They're all here. Yo. Dead.
I don't know
what's going on, dude.
This is insane. This is actually insane. They're at the top rock.
Oh my god.
I'm on the...
You know, Goj, I'm not gonna lie, Zuma's comms sound a lot like me when I play the game. Oh my god, they're here. Dead. This is crazy. Look, it's just constant that feedback that you're giving, but it's like so like what is happening? Where are they? But trying to excel in those close range combats of why that offense has done so well is exactly that. Like you may not understand the full objective except to just move forward and eliminate your targets, and that's all you have to do, and they're doing an insane job at it today.
Yeah, and I just love with the streamer showdown, Warfare is such a blast, and getting to see somebody with the name, the rep, like Asim, who came into this event, taking down Landmark in the same tournament is just such a cool, kind of expose, if you will, on what this game is all about. It brings together people from all across the board to play fun, chaos, just a blast to see a bunch of different streamers from a bunch of different games come together on Delta Force and have so much fun. But right now, Tins is locked in, says, okay, Landmark, you can't have all the vehicles. I'm going to defend this time around, and I've got a tank.
All on this rock in front of us.
I'm down.
No. I got you.
Nice.
Can I res you or are you dead?
Yeah, it gives me a second. We're good.
Oh my god. We're gonna go big here. I like this angle. We're not exposing ourselves, and we can constantly use this to pressure, especially at the long range, but not when someone hits the flank. 1 HP and has to dive on down, but gets clipped.
Yeah, the problem is, like, he was pushed all the way up on D1 to try to make this push, and it looks like the attackers are making a really strong push if they can take down the tank that is Tens on the right. I love this free cam perspective where you can see the artillery barrage coming in, the tank getting peppered, the tank low, it looks like taking some damage, getting shot back at. There goes the tank! What a cool look at this overarching view of this crazy battlefield that is the Warfare game mode. That was sick.
Roger that. Artillery barrage incoming.
Oh, that's going to do absolute work. We saw earlier what that artillery barrage did do in that open vicinity to completely allow them to get on and finish off B. Now, bring it in towards the end game. They just want to finish this out, and Stone Mountain focuses on the heel, but we just kind of dive on down to cut off those lines of sight before getting back into the mix.
Oh, I'll hold the spawn here.
All right, just waiting
Oh.
for out of combat.
Forces are moving to attack Delta 1.
Look, Stone Mountain is known for his tactical gameplay. This guy is making sure he and his people stay alive no matter the cost. Talk about a true support. We have Cream the Rabbit on one side. We got Stone Mountain on the other side. And they rival each other in the value that they're providing to their team. A big flank. Unfortunately, he gets shot in the back.
Seems like home here for Landmark.
He's back, gentlemen and ladies. He's back. I will say about Landmark and kind of his position right now, he is playing a little bit more conservative. He's still getting a lot of kills, but playing a bit more conservative with the vehicle now. And I think that's probably because the enemy team have kind of figured out exactly how to counter him. Because if they didn't, they would lose every single time. So finally, they've started shooting back, maybe swapping to engineers to pick him up in transition. So he's playing a bit more conservative, playing a bit more support, a little bit further back, but still getting a nice amount of kills.
Oh.
The tree stump.
Getting stuck on those tree stumps. Come on, Landmark, figure it out.
That is hilarious. He does make it back into the map. He should be able to weasel his way out of this one potentially. But oh, here comes a tank. He's stuck. He can't get out of here. The tree stump. There he goes. He's out. But can he get back into the map in time? Nope. Sometimes you try to drive vehicles and there's trees in your way, my man. And that's on you.
Roger that. Artillery barrage incoming.
All right, we got another artillery barrage. You called out Flowers earlier, and look who's nestled right there in the heart of D1. Prone trying to stay alive, but there's where the artillery barrage is coming straight towards it.
OBJ Fiend, that's my guy. Well done, taking D1. Job's not done, though. They're losing D2 because they full sent here to D1. And so we're going to see, look at all of these players. They're going to hop in the vehicles, and they're going to move as fast as they can to D2 to see if they can cap it in time. But look, you can even see a couple counterattackers from the defense side sneaking up behind, trying to retake that back point. Intense is looking for a flank as well, and there's somebody way deep in this map on the outside of it, just picking up a couple stragglers.
This is so difficult.
Yeah, it is. Wait, Eric. Get in the safe spot. I'll TP on you.
See, this is what I said earlier, and I love that Kaede is kind of talking about it, right? It's easy, kind of that entryway into the warfare game mode, but it can be really difficult to master, to learn how to break down the complete objectives and get in there, or defend it, especially if you feel like you're being overrun by the utilization of like kind of the way that they've been just grouping and attacking everything together.
Still hop out and grab this guy.
Dude, look at him go. He's been reviving, rescuing everybody. And unfortunately, somebody's flanking. Look who it is. It's Tens on the counterattack. He said, that's my vehicle. Oh, no, he couldn't get into it.
That does not work. Don't do it.
He couldn't get into the enemy vehicle.
It does not work. Do not do it. Back over to Cream the Rabbit here, locked in as a stinger. And I love that we're so focused on helping out the team. We always have to have those people, and it's been so vital.
No, why did I did not mean to mantle.
Yo, somehow we pull that off.
Good res, good res.
Right over this wall for me.
Damn.
Job's not done. They were able to defend one, losing the other again. The tug of war continues on some of the final points of this game.
Under pressure?
Shot at. Hello? Do they hate me or something? Yes.
Why does it always feel that way? You're always the only one getting shot at. I 100% agree with that, but here comes another artillery barrage. Love that our teams are kind of utilizing it, but we dive into the tent line to make sure we can look for some angles if possible.
We'll take this right. I need to get this.
That stun is crazy. That little flash stun that some of our operators have. There's a couple different versions of it. Hackclaw has a version that kind of sweeps out, and then our engineers also have a version that you can use, which is Shepard. He has a sonic paralysis that's pretty cool. Just kind of gets you all discombobulated. But look at this counterattack from the defense. This is for the game, by the way. Look at them all getting in here to slow this thing down. I might not be enough. We move into the final section. Here we go for the game. They've lost it. This is it. The final position and the final amount of tickets that our attackers will get. They might be able to come back and do this dang thing. They might finally get a win after 3 games.
Fuck Tommy.
They're all in front of me, bro.
They're all in that live feed.
Got 3. Oh my god.
Nice. Oh, Tom.
Absolutely.
Nice, Tommy. Good job.
Yeah.
Last point.
I
can't deploy.
I mean, yeah, Zuma's literally found the flow state, knows exactly what needs to be done, kind of spent time throughout the first 2 games learning, and has just gone full on ascension mode.
Oh no!
They right side it.
Yeah, that was a crazy spree from Zuma. Well done. He's figured this thing out.
Can we res me here?
Where you at?
Rizzy's on me.
The final push here, Tiff. The final. But I told you this trench line is going to be a war of attrition. We've made it all the way to point E in trench lines. We've made an entire wrap, this big line, to get all the way up to the final point. And some fun, obviously, some destructible, buildings and things in here if you've got a tank. But a tank on the other side and a sniper on the other side picks up nade shot and some others.
We're good.
Do you expect that? I mean, look, if you're trying to go on the ground laying to just kind of hide out, but you've got the SV98, you can't expect that someone else is not going to be wanting to kind of counteract you with that. They've learned throughout the different objectives that nade shot is going to be the one trying to take those angles with the sniper.
Back it up.
They're still holding the point, and Landmark knows his objective. It's quite simple. You cannot let an enemy attacker tank get up here on this point. It is going to be incredibly difficult to break. And so with a couple vehicles down below, yeah, somebody's calling in their backup systems, Landmark. They're calling in all their support systems to get all the vehicles that they can because they got to take down you. But he has figured this out, and he's picking them off from distance. Landmark is playing the game.
I mean, this is really the best way to do it. Kind of chill up here and make sure that you're constantly putting that pressure down, kind of utilizing everything that this tank has. Because as you can see, if you're on that attacking side of things, you have to go up this hill to get to the final area to cap it, which is so difficult with what Landmark is doing. So unless you're going to be able to carve that distance or pull out an engineer, use a launcher to try and counteract it, it's going to be difficult. At least Doug is grabbing a vehicle of their own to kind of figure it out.
That's the play. Call in your vehicle. So cool to pick that up on free cam. We'll see how much value they can get out of that. They've got to make a push for this objective. And where you call in the vehicle is everything. We're able to call in a vehicle behind the point that they're pushing to. So you can see where Landmark's tank is up on the middle of the point. Doesn't have an angle on our attacker tank. So they're going to pick up a ton of kills on the backside and be able to help out their team to actually have some value pushing up to the point. Now, it does look like Scump has swapped over to D-Wolf and has that triple blaster, making a play for maybe Landmark's tank. Ideally, you're picking up the engineer, but even still, anything helps.
Get it out. Down low. He's dead. Oh, yo, we're about to win.
We're about to go.
You hear that?
Here we go.
Be careful.
We're about to win.
Hold the line, they're rushing.
Hold the line.
Yo, I couldn't be further away from you guys.
Oh my goodness. The point was going to be taken. We've been touting focus. He calls in a guided missile and takes out, I think that was at least 12 players that were sitting on the point and saves the day. Look at point E. It has been fully defended nearly entirely and individually from Focus's guided missile. That was unreal.
And you don't really have anywhere to go if you're Scump and you've kind of already nestled yourself in there. You're trying to play around what semblance of cover you can find, which reality, if you're coming in from above with those missiles, it's not going to help you. So despite everything that they tried to do, Landmark has not been ripped out of this vehicle. He is continuously putting that pressure onto the offense and is now actually retreated back behind the point to kind of guard that initial flank that we saw Doug trying to take.
That missile was so sick. I'm still flabbergasted.
Where's their tank?
Such a huge save. Both tanks having to retreat to make sure that they use their individual repair.
Guys, you didn't see that, okay? We're not talking about what we just saw, what we didn't just see. Okay, you got.
Can we talk about it though?
No mention
of
this.
We didn't see it. We didn't see it. Stone.
Boss, also Mountaineer Sergeant Tier 2 locking in. Good to have you in the squad. It's that Chris dude, also second month. Or Tier 2 Mountaineer, also welcome to the squad.
They dropped another massive
There's
bomb on
Commander
us.
Stone. I love it when he does that for his stream. It's fun. All right, Tens, another massive flank. Unfortunately, just too many to handle.
Okay. Let's go. Quick.
Another tank on the far left. If somebody can deal with it.
Damn, I didn't know I was getting followed.
Just.
Oh no. Couple good pieces of confirmation that we got there. Another tank coming in through the left. We still have Landmark kind of at the back of this area, still trying to hold it down, but has taken so much damage that he has to be incredibly cautious with how he wants to go about this, because honestly, this thing's almost done, so we are into the trench.
Yeah.
Back up.
Yeah, it sounds like he's calling in his engineer friends.
Situation is critical.
I'll follow you if you want to move. I'll follow you.
Defend at all costs.
Look at that. Look how fast he was able to repair. He's got an individual repair for the actual thing, and then you can repair with the engineer class. Get this vehicle right back up to tip-top shape. Look at that. All the way back up to 85% and counting.
Oh, but look how low the vehicle is just ahead. And there we go. Landmark with a brilliant retreat, grabbing the repair and then barricading forward yet again. But it's Aaron on air here, trying to take one of the cheekiest angles here.
Difficult position to. Wait a second.
What in the world? I love that we have this POV. Look at that. Aaron on air. Yeah, absolutely. About as high up as you can go. Now flying back into the action.
What
a wild look.
Oh, can we go big here? Finds one, make it two. Okay. You love to see it. Look, if you're gonna defend something from above and then parachute back down. Wait, are we gonna do this again?
Oh yeah, I'm here for this.
Maybe a nice little reposition. No, it's Scump. It's Scump from the high ground. He's on the offense, so this is gonna make things a little more difficult.
Can't hold much longer.
Yo,
I can't be up here right now.
Nadeshot is not interested in being this high up.
No, bro.
I'm shooting
Right under you guys. Right under you.
Oh, I'm dead. What the fuck?
Yo, they got the top zip line, bro. Wait,
Yo.
I fell down. I'm reservable. I'm giving up.
Z, I'm with you.
Look, I can appreciate playing on top of the giant, wind turbine there. I'm not sure that's going to be the best OBJ play. With only 66 lives left, you got to make a move.
Bro, hey, this is our final fucking moment right now, gentlemen. Lock
Let's go.
in. We can't have that many respawns left.
No, man, the tank is just what is it? Patrolling that area.
Break through enemy lines.
What is it doing? It's just patrolling. Do you mean Landmark?
Yeah,
Do you mean Landmark's back there patrolling the area? 100%. But Nadeshot understands this is one of the final pushes that they're going to be able to make do. So why don't you pull out that triple blaster and see if it can connect? And then we'll check in with that tank that you guys were talking about.
Here's a look at the point. How's it looking for our attack in green? They've actually made some progress into the building. Another guided missile. This from Pixiu picks up several. A huge, again, push with these missiles to defend. Landmark's having to back up to the point, though, to take it back. They'd lost about half of it, and they immediately are able to take it back because our attackers just cannot quite get hold of this point with these missiles continuing to fall on their head. How about another? It's me, Pizza, dropping a guided missile on the map.
Hey, we saw how much benefit it was early on, and why not keep the same thing? Nade shot here, not too many tickets left. It's looking pretty tough considering how much success they had on the earlier objectives.
Roger that. Artillery barrage incoming.
Yes.
A win for the defense.
How? I feel like we were losing the whole time.
Same.
Oh my god.
Bro.
What
no,
the
we hit
heck?
one of the points really well.
Well done from our defense, and overall, at the end of the day, to win defense, you just got to hold at the very least the very last point. Well done. The side that I thought might go undefeated, it was scary in that map. In trench lines, the attack came out in full vengeance. They get all the way to the final point, but unfortunately, undefeated, the side of Tins, Kaide, Cream the Rabbit, Landmark. Untouchable, man. Well done.
I mean, 3 for 3, and you hear Kaede. She's like, "How? I thought we were losing that entire time," and that's true. Everyone that was on offense looked so insanely good with the way they were able to break down some of those earlier objectives. But trying to get towards E, Landmark just goes absolutely nuclear, kind of with that tank in the back line, watching kind of that back path, and then everyone bringing in those missiles at the most impeccable moments. Like, that's really where they locked it down to be able to whittle their tickets.
Yeah, here's a quick look back, by the way, at some of the replays from trench lines. Okay, did it live up to the hype? I had a blast on trench lines, and again, some highlight level moments from a lot of our creators, some playing support, some playing on the attack side, defense side, wherever you're playing or however you're playing. It was a good time, and it was chaos. Love that we had a chance to kind of see the different levels all the way to the final one of trench lines as well. You got a full map preview and some really cool clips. Tons of tank gameplay, especially towards the end. A couple of these tanks got a little bit of value during the actual trenches portion, but Tins was on a tear in the trenches and did a pretty solid job holding on for as long as they could before the push came through to force them back.
And I like how we're going to kind of see a lot of these highlights from initially with Landmark not in a vehicle. He's playing the engineer operator. He's got the LMG in hand. And even with a lot of those close range engagements requiring something like the SMG 45, it can also go to show you how powerful a hip fire with an LMG can be up close.
Yeah, especially in trench lines, right? Especially in the trenches where you can just hold an angle and hold down that trigger and just let the bullet hose do bullet hose things. But push through the war-torn town up into the final couple points. The G points proved a little bit more difficult, but yet again, smart plays. Zuma had some really good runs here as well, even using that SMG at distance. But a couple good vehicle plays, and it was this first push onto one of our points to then immediately everybody swinging over. It was just too much for the defense to handle. And looking back, here is that moment they were able to take D1, take D2, take it all, and then force us all the way back to point E on trench lines.
Sector Delta captured.
But I think that's where things, like we mentioned, had already started to get a little more difficult. Zuma once again goes on another tear, takes some really cool angles utilizing that cover, but then it starts to overextend after picking up maybe 3 or 4 kills, and it's like, we're gonna go forward. But it's all about using those high grounds to your advantage. We saw a lot of people look to get into that wind turbine, but it didn't really pan out too well from them, except I did enjoy Aaron on air up there. But the moment you get Scump nade shot up there, it's just like, all right, actually, we're gonna play from that low ground side of things.
Yeah, some of these moments again, the attack. These moments were my favorite. There was one of our guided missiles. As a reminder, the attackers almost won that. You know, Scump and you know, Zuma, they were all nade shot. They were all on the point. It was well over halfway taken. It was swung over to the other side. They were about to win, and out of nowhere, from the top ropes, Focus drops that crazy guided missile on the point to take out, I think it was maybe at least 10, if not more players at the same time. That's called using your backup systems correctly. Well done. A crazy plays from a lot of our community streamers here today as well. It was fun to take a look at a couple of those plays from our spectator cam and see what it looked like from on high when half the lobby died in one single strike.
Look, that's what you gotta do. You have to know when to call in those resources and properly evict them, because if that's what it takes, it's knowing about when to do it. Because if they had waited any longer, that game goes to the offense. But if you kind of use it a little bit too early, I don't think it's as effective.
Yeah, vehicle gameplay, huge. Guided missiles, massive. Artillery barrages, everything in between. It's chaos, it's warfare. Had a ton of fun showcasing all 3 of those games. Folks, we're going to be totaling up some things on the leaderboard. We're going to be maybe talking to a few folks as well. But while we're waiting for that, I want to remind you about what's right around the corner in January. Of course, we've got mobile, but also the campaign is coming. If you want to experience the timeless classic of the Mogadishu town, the street battles, the night ops, the crash sites, and everything in between, Black Hawk Down campaign is almost here. I know so many people are excited about this. Let's learn more, or at least see a bit more about that campaign and what it could look like. I'm telling you, Black Hawk Down campaign is sick. I am so pumped about that. If you see any of those cinematics of the actual gameplay, you're going to recognize them from the incredible timeless classic of the feature film and the old campaign that's been revamped for this moment. It's going to be really fun to see with new Delta Force, obviously cinematics, and then also just the raw gameplay. You get to experience it here in Delta Force. That's right around the corner. That's going to be January of this next year. It seems like a long way away, folks. That's a month away, all right? Same thing with mobile. Delta Force is going to be on mobile a month from now as well. So fun stuff that we get to talk about on broadcast, but I want to bring us back into the competition and think about what we just saw. 3 fun games. We got to see the attack and defense of Threshold. We got to see trench lines. Overall impressions, Tiff. I mean, obviously, we have a better side. There's no question at all at this point. 3 up, 3 down. They were able to win on attack, defense, and then defense again, holding the last point. But at the very least, we saw some really close competition in the very last map.
Yeah, we did. And honestly, I think it's pretty impressive if you have a team that can win both on that defense and offensive side of things, because it just goes to show you that they were just working together. Now, I don't know if there were different parts of our squads, because we were looking for that most valuable squad in general of the day, and we'll touch base on that later, because I'm not sure if that actually helped skew that squad, the entirety of the team to go, 3 for 3. But there were some really strong moments on both sides of things. And I think it was really cool to see the journey that we kind of oftentimes started off with Scump, Nadeshot, Zuma, and kind of how they were working together, advancing on to get so close to go back to the offensive side on trench lines and almost pull it together.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great shout. I think it was really fun to watch them learn as we went as well. Obviously, our community streamers did amazing. The streamers we were focusing on today they got better and better. I will say that. Landmark came in knowing what he was doing. That's why I was touting his skill. He knew exactly what he needed to do to be a huge boon for his team with the vehicles. But I saw Scump, Nadeshot, Zuma in particular. They figured it out by the last game. They were cooking. They had 5, 6, 7 kill sprees in that last point, pushing up through the trench line. So fun to watch all of our streamers play today. And of course, Tins, Kaide, Cream the Rabbit, I mean, dominated. But folks, I think you've been wondering, how are things going leaderboard wise? Well, let's take a quick look about some of our winners today. Let's think back to game 1 at Threshold, and here's a quick look. Hey, guess what, folks? I see you in chat, and I think, well, Tiff, you were also right. Look who the top squad of the day was from game 1. Focus, One Shot Rich, Enders, and Pixie all are our best 4 players, our best squad from game 1. And look who our top Slayer was from game 1. That's gonna be Focus BF as well. They dominated the competition as the best squad, and Focus the top Slayer from that game. Talk about a big win for all of these players here, Tiff.
Look, I can't say I'm shocked, because I'm not. Because we were talking about it. I was like, there was one player in particular that boasted having 238 kills in one Warfare game, and then comes into the Warfare Streamer Showdown on the other squad that I shout out and does exactly that. I'm so impressed for them to kind of be living up to the hype.
Yeah, and also with this leaderboard, by the way, all of them are winning both of our rewards, and Focus actually ends up winning both of those rewards twice. So maybe we'll give away some to the people at home if you watch Focus. I see Focus in chat. Obviously, fantastic streamer. Go check him out. Here's game 2, though, and a little bit of a different story this time around for several reasons. First and foremost, as expected, Landmark on top this time around. The whole Landmark squad does fantastic, and they've all earned prizes for it. Landmark, Toasty, Bondor, Rogue, Monkey. We thought they would be good, and they dominated in game 2 as our top squad from that game. But look down at the bottom, Vicey, M4H. I think that's how you say your name. Correct me if I'm wrong somewhere else. There's probably a name in there. 31 rescues, though, is crazy. I see Vice in chat. Let me know how to say your name. This is 31 rescues is wild, frankly. This is actually really impressive. So congrats to you as well for winning some of your rewards.
Yeah, that's going to be locked in on Aaron on Air's roster. And I thought it was really interesting because we were seeing a lot of teams focus on getting those reses to go for Guardian Angel, whether that was Cream the Rabbit, whether it was Stone Mountain, but to come in with north of 30, okay. I'm requesting you to be on my team because Lord knows I need it, Goj. Like, I am constantly one of those people that are barricading forward, overextending myself, and then asking to be picked up off the ground.
Yeah, there was a lot of asking you to get picked up off the ground, I gotta say. And Vice, I see you in chat. Well done. 34 is so, I don't know if I've seen it that high. I've played a sizable amount of Warfare games, and I just don't see people like playing for the team like that. Probably helped there was a little bit of reward, but congrats to Vice there for picking up some of our prizes as well. And our top squads from the first 2 games, very well done from a score total as well. Overall looking really, really strong. And as expected, Focus getting that top Slayer in the first game. Super cool to see. They're all winning those rewards, by the way, headsets and the mice. Some of those maybe are winners. They're going to keep them. Otherwise, they might give them away on X or any other social out there. So pay attention to all those streamers. We see some of them in chat. Go check them out. If you haven't checked them out yet, obviously they're really talented at this game. They might be doing some giveaways. I don't know. They might keep it for themselves to use as well. And you might see them using those prizes later down the road playing Delta Force. So we're still calculating up our last game, game 3, and of course our cumulative score. And while we're waiting for that, I also think we're going to be talking to a couple of folks here in the booth if we can get them in. So it'll be fun to hear from the players' perspective what they thought about it. But okay, Tiff, I've already given my favorite map of the day. I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but did you like trench lines or threshold better from the overarching view?
Oh, 100% trench lines. I'm gonna lock it in right there with you. I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten to dive in just yet, and plus I'm more of an operations kind of girly anyways, but if you are gonna put me in the warfare mode, I want to get down into the actual trenches, a lot of the nooks and crannies, especially where those points specifically are. I think I would be more akin to playing on the defensive side of things, so I would hopefully always spawn in on that, but no. But if I have to go attacking, whatever, put me in a vehicle, I'm going in hard.
I like it. I will say with Threshold, one of my favorite and most unique points is going to be that point C that they were holding, where you have that interior kind of like design where the tidal wave is and stuff. Those 2 points are really unique and very difficult to break into. But if you can, obviously you reap the rewards because that's the last point. And that's the cool part too, is that you've got 2 different maps and have a massive amount of difference in the amount of points you capture. Because a reminder for Threshold, you know, you only have to get to point C, but when we get the trench lines, it was all the way to point E. And so some cool value there of like how those games are played. But I believe we've got an interview about to be ready. I think we're going to be talking to Tens, which is really exciting. Tiff, get a quick thoughts from Tens on what he thought about this whole shebang and what he thinks about Delta Force in general. Because hey, look, Routeman gets paid. That dude was pulling off some of the best flanks I've seen thus far. So let's get a quick chat with Tens. I think he's in the booth with us. Bring in Tens. Tens, how are you feeling today, my man? First and foremost, You were killing it today. You had some great flanks, picked up some great, lines of combat. Overall, what was your impression?
Just pretty good. Like I was having some fun. I'm not too sure what to do because I'm a little bit unfamiliar playing these type of games. I'm more used to, I guess, slower pace games. So it's definitely a nice change of pace. And yeah, I was going with the flow. I mean, we had a really insane squad on our team that basically carried really hard. I hope I was able to do my part within the team.
I love that you kind of bring that up because obviously you do have the experience in the tactical shooter realm. And when you get like kind of thrown into warfare, it's chaos. But do you think that kind of the SMG 45, like you were locked in with that weapon and you even got to try out Hat Claw. Do you think that you adapted well to that in order to help out Landmark, who was locked in the vehicles for your team?
I was experimenting around with the weapons a lot, and I think the SMG, the 45, was just working out. Like I noticed I had success in that, and my chat was telling me to play with that, so that's what I ended up going with.
Super cool, man. Well, I know you've got stuff to do. You got streams to play, but I'm really glad you enjoyed Delta Force. And look, man, for not being a chaos gremlin like the rest of us that play Warfare all the time, you played fantastic. So any final words here for the broadcast? Obviously, shout yourself out as well where people can find you.
Yeah, overall, I just had a lot of fun. And I mean, appreciate Delta Force for being able to host this. It was really fun. Definitely a change of pace for me. And so I'm glad I was able to get that like kind of new breath, fresh air. Overall, people that want to check me out, I do stream tens. But yeah, appreciate everyone that has watched the events so far. I was blessed.
Cheers, Tins. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of the day, and thanks for popping into the booth.
Thank you.
All right, a quick shout to Tins. And look, for a guy that doesn't play Chaos games like this, I think he did fantastic in the Warfare game mode. I'm sure he's going to be tapping into Operations as well, something a bit more his speed on what he prefers. But overall, very impressed with Tins, Tiff, and what he was able to bring to the table, and his whole team with Kaide and everybody else. So well done from that squad. Now, folks, you've been wondering, Game 3, let's take a look at it. We've got another leaderboard. Who was the top squad? Who's walking away with some extra prizing? Okay, I see how things are around these parts. One Shot Rich? Come on, man. This guy's team is different. One Shot Rich, Ender's Focus. Pixie, you have done it again, my friend, and you've just barely beaten out Landmark. A ridiculous score line between this squad of over 121K from the single game. Now, what that means, I'm not going to speak for them. They might give it away to their friends or their family, but it does mean that Focus now has 3 sets of these headsets and these mice. So if you want a chance to get some of those, go check out Focus's stream and everybody else, Enders and everybody, because One Shot Rich and the crew, I think they've got some hardware that they can either give away, or at the very least, maybe they'll just use all of the hardware and swap it out mid-game in Delta Force a month or so from now when they're able to get these, because good grief, they walked away with a ton of stuff.
They really did, and they almost went 3 for 3. I don't know if you remember correctly, but they were the second place squad on game 2, and it was about only 1,500 score line difference. So there is definitely a team to watch, and we got to highlight them at the beginning of the show. We got to see them find success throughout our 3 games, and for them to live up to everything that we were talking about, I can only imagine what's going to happen when it comes to looking at our overall leaderboard.
Yeah, it's time, folks, and I think you know how the math works. So let's take a look at who is our most valuable squad of the day. Is it who we think it is? It is. It's One Shot Rich's squad, the most valuable squad. Talk to me about a little bit of some hardware. My goodness, walking away with an RTX 4080 a piece as well. They knew what they needed to do when they came into this competition, and they were able to do it, eking out above Landmark squad. And I gotta say, not by all that much either. Actually pretty impressive to see Landmark's team right there, right behind. But One Shot Rich's squad is the best team here, walking away with their rewards. And Tiff, what kind of walked me through this leaderboard and what they were able to do, and all of our squads were able to do. That bonus was from the 3 wins, so you can see how much value some of these squads got from that 20% bonus per game.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to try and counteract the one-shot Rich squad because they got the top bonus for the majority of everything that they had. Look, 10,000 more than Landmark, but every team that we were kind of highlighting at the top were some of the ones that you see in the top 5 situation. Of course, we did talk about Stone Mountain Squad, who is down there in 7th place, but they were the top team without the bonus. So to still make it onto that side of the leaderboard is quite impressive. But when you're just in a completely different league, I mean, we're talking a gap of 64,000 scoreline between the first and second place.
Yeah, and again, I think this is so fun to talk about because this squad are grinders, right? They know this game mode well. They've played it a ton. Pix and the crew have just dominated the competition today. Absolutely blew everybody out of the water, and it was really fun to watch. Again, there were some really key moments we got to see from the spectator cam, the floating aerial cam. Gotta go back and watch some of those. So dang cool. And of course, Focus's guided missile there in the final hour of the final map is one that will definitely live in my brain for a very long time here, Tiff.
Oh, 100%. And now it's like kind of everything that I want to do is just kind of go recreate the stuff that I saw. I told you, I've been excited about it. I haven't really gotten to get on my PC today except to do this broadcast. So I know exactly what my night is going to look like. It's dropping in, it's getting mixy and getting active. And whether or not I try to do the whole sniper thing, I'm not sure, because I think I do like to kind of have that close range engagement. And I just want to have some fun, Goj. I just want to have fun.
Yeah, look, we had a lot of fun today, and this one-shot Rich crew was stellar, but we're going to be bringing in Inders to have a chat with us. Inders, welcome back to the booth. He's here, and my man, you're kitted up for Warfare, and I gotta say, I had a chance to chat with you, I think last week. We did a little interview together. That was here on the broadcast as well. You were locked in asking some really poignant questions. I knew you were going to be a stellar player today. I wasn't expecting this far and above beyond everybody else. I think my first question to you is, were you expecting to dominate the competition with the squad you had?
Going into this, Focus and I had a lot of competition experience with Battlefield competitive, so we know what to do with like large scale game modes like this. We did expect to do well, but I don't think we expected to like do as well as we did. It was really, really fun though. Playing against a bunch of legends in there. It was Scump, Nade Shot, Tens, Landmark, you know, it was really, really awesome.
No, I love that. And congratulations yet again on doing so incredibly well. But with a lot of the experience that you came in with this style of mode, for people that are just picking up Delta Force today for the first time, maybe, what are some advice you have for them to kind of pick it up and get into the flow of things?
With any of these games, like map knowledge and positioning is going to be the #1 thing. Aim is almost secondary. Obviously, having good aim is obviously good, but you need to learn the maps. You need to kit your guns out. A lot of people in those games are probably not running like great setups. So learn how to build weapons and learn the maps, and that'll be about 80% of the battle right there.
Yeah, I love that shout. Yeah, talk to me a little bit about Delta Force and the unique kind of aspects it brings, specifically, you know, whether it's with operators or the guns you're building. I mean, it has a very unique gunsmith system as well. What are your like true tips and tricks? What weapons were you using today? What operators were you using? What was your team's strategy?
So I was using D-Wolf and the medic character with a syringe gun. Forgot his name, but I was using the M4A1 and the SMG45. The SMG45 is fully kitted out. It's kind of like an AR SMG. That's what my teammate Focus was using to drop, I think, like almost 200 kill games. And then the M4A1, I was trying to sit behind him. That's a longer range weapon. I kitted it out to be like pretty much no recoil. So I was trying to support him and just have good positioning there.
See, a lot of things that I'm hearing when you're kind of talking about not only the weapons, but it's the supporting of the teammates, because that is so important and vital. And would you say that was pretty much the key to y'all's success today, to come out on top so much?
Yeah, we just needed to play together as a squad. Like I said, Focus and I had experience beforehand, so I kind of knew how he would play. And, well, actually, because we're sweaty, we before the games, we were like, yeah, we're going to run over here. We're going to flank over here, watch spawn beacons, you know, try to help our teammates out. So we were all on the same page, but that was definitely part of it.
Yeah, obviously chemistry is huge. Well, one final question for you, man, and I'll let you go. Obviously dominated today. I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit, okay? You earned a lot of hardware today. What's the plan? You upgrading the setup? You doing giveaways? What's kind of the plan with all the hardware you earned? You got an RTX 4080 coming your way. You got a mouse. You got a headset. You got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. First of all, thank you guys so much for that. I don't even know, honestly. Like, I really don't know. I'm probably gonna maybe build the most overkill stream PC of all time, or I'll do something with a 4080. And then I don't really know what mouse or headset we won, but I'm excited. I haven't bought a Razer mouse or had one for a long time, so I'll definitely be using that. Probably do some giveaways. You know, we'll see. Stay tuned for that.
I love it. All right, you got to check out Enders. Enders, shout yourself out, man, then we'll let you go. Where can people find you? What you play in these days? I'm sure it's going to be a lot more Delta Force.
Yeah, we've been streaming Delta Force. I've streamed every single day for 6.5 years, so you can find me at Twitch TV Enders, and then I'll be putting out all the guides and everything you guys want to know on YouTube, Enders FPS. So just search Enders, you'll probably find me.
Bang, I love it. Thank you so much for hopping in the booth with us, my friend, and have a great rest of the day. I'm sure streaming more Delta Force.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, incredible. First of all, streams every single day. Come on, Enders, you can't miss it. You gotta go check them out. This is what I love about Delta Force. They're bringing people from all over the place, from a modicum of different titles, all coming together playing Delta Force and get a chance to showcase their skills. Enders and the whole One Shot Riches crew, extremely skilled. You gotta check them out. They know what they're doing. It's very obvious. Tiff, a great day today. We got to see a ton of rewards given out, a ton of amazing action, some sick guided missiles. Any final words for the broadcast before I send you off?
Now, I don't have too much going on, except it's been an absolute blast to be here on the Delta Force broadcast and witness all the chaos and the really insane action-packed moments. And honestly, I'm just ready for Enders to drop all of those guidelines, because Lord knows I'm gonna need it.
I think everybody's going to be paying attention to all the guides out there so that I can make sure I kit my SMG45 as best as possible so I can keep up with the likes of those guys. Unreal day today. Tiff, thank you so much. It's been a blast casting all of this with you, and I'm sure we'll see you maybe just in a couple days as well. All right, folks. Tiff, has been a pleasure to have her, but this is the worst part of the show. I have to close things out. Before we leave, as a quick reminder, you've got to download Delta Force. If you haven't yet, the open beta is here. I don't know what you're doing, especially all of the action today. Go get involved in the game. It's free to play. They're committed to no pay to win. And frankly, it's just a ton of fun. So go get involved. All of those links on where to download are down in the YouTube description below, or our moderators can help you out on the other platforms. Or if you're on Twitch, it's down in the panels as well. Okay, so you can download it right now on the website, playdeltaforce.com, on Steam or the Epic Game Store. And one more time for the Delta Force team, go drop a follow on all of those socials we are live on, and all the socials that you can't even be live on. We're live on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and even X/Twitter. So make sure you drop a follow wherever you're watching, but also the official subreddit and the Discord. Tons of cool people in the Discord. Also a great place to look for a group, by the way, if you're looking to squad up. A lot of like-minded folks in there, almost 500,000, I think, in that Discord right now. So go get involved. Same deal. All those links are down in the description. And one more time, as a quick reminder, mobile right around the corner. Delta Force is coming to mobile on the App Store, Google Play Store, and Google Play Games. You can pre-register now, and I know our mobile creators are excited for this one. That's all happening. It's launching January 20th, 2025, but you can pre-register right this very second today. It's all coming to Google Play Games as well. Like I said, very cool platform you got to check out for a chance to play your mobile games right at your home setup. So yeah, fun stuff, great announcements, great event, great tourney. It was an absolute blast here in the booth. And I gotta say, I'm loving Delta Force, so I'm gonna be hopping back in. And a couple quick reminders, you're gonna see this at the end of the broadcast. We're live in 48 hours. We're gonna be live 2 days from now with Operations. You love Warfare, fantastic, but it's time about the other side of Delta Force. Operations, 2 days time. We're gonna bring in some more amazing streamers, and we're gonna be playing some incredible Operations Extraction game mode, custom, same deal. It's gonna be a blast. You're not gonna wanna miss it. But folks, that's all I've got for you. Thanks for tuning in. We couldn't do it without you, the viewer. So thank you for being here, and tune in 48 hours from now for an incredible Operations competition.
I might have picked the wrong gun.
No, I'm gonna respawn on the other side, bro. Get away.
Coming back.
Patty's down. Patty's down. Down another one. 2 dead. One shot. One shot. I need a res.
Dude, you know what?
Oh no. Wait, I just spawned bottom street. But I'm here. I'm in a position to be in.
Oh, we won. Okay.
Like, look how fast. Wait, how did I live?
That thing is actually insane. One of you guys on your squad should throw that thing on.
What is that?
Look at Team Corbone lying there dead.
Revive me.
I killed 10.
I'm dead.
Yo, I'm in it. I'm in it, boys.
No, what the fuck? She got the execute off me? Yo.
Another execution on you?
Strategic beacon ready to deploy.
Yeah. We win. GG.
I'm trying to get to you, Tom.
Nice.
Nice.
Got one. Another one right on me. I'm not chow.
There we go.
Barrage ready.
I'm chowing.
They can't hold much longer.
I'm going right.